What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the World Wars podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about NFL free agency. Obviously, on Monday, the window opened. A lot of stuff happened, so we'll be talking about all the signings that our team's made, going position by position, talking about all the major signings that have been made so far. And, of course, we'll do the quick ball. We'll do all our really goofy stuff, and we'll do some gooning. And before we get into all that, gentlemen, how we doing?
I'm doing, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
No, what have I done? I have started watching running backs finally. I just got done watching Caleb Johnson, which we were just talking about off camera. And I watched the new episode of Invincible today, which might be the single greatest episode of a TV show I've ever seen. It was so
I gotta start Invincible,
incredible.
man. I can't believe I haven't.
You need to. It is so fucking good.
I saw Steven Yeun on camera for the first time, I think, ever in Mickey 17, and I loved him. So
You've never seen The Walking Dead?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Okay. Single episode of The Walking Dead. That's one of those shows where I was like right in the age where like my parents were like, "We're not so sure you should be watching this yet." And then once I got to an age where they were like, "You can," I just never got around to it. So I haven't yet.
That's another good show. At least for the first like 7 seasons, that show's pretty fucking
Isn't
good.
there like
and
what,
then
50 seasons of that show? Like,
yeah,
it got excessive. Like
basically,
I don't think
watch the
15's the right
first
number. I think it's, like-
episode with Negan and then leave. That's good enough. It can end there. You don't need more because it just goes downhill.
Yeah, because like towards the end, it got really weird because a lot of the actors started to one out. Like the main character, Rick, is like, his actor was like, "Listen, man, I don't want to have to spend all year in America when my family's in the UK because he's British." He's like, "Please write me off. I don't want to be here anymore."
And then Carl,
Chandler,
yeah,
he wanted out because the showrunner at the time was treating him like shit because he was like just hitting college age and he was like, "I want to go to school and then be able to come to set or like take online classes while I'm here." And he was like, "No, it's all or nothing." So he was like, "Okay, it's nothing. Goodbye."
Well, no, he also said like, or if you're gonna make me be here, you're going to pay me like you pay Andrew Lincoln because I am the star of this show. And they said, "No, you're gonna stick at your what we've been paying you, and you're only gonna be here." And he's like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of classic shows I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen How I Met Your Mother, and not a
I
single
haven't seen
episode
that
of that.
either.
I haven't
That's
seen like
shocking.
Dexter, which I know everyone loves.
Which one, Jake? What was the last one you said after How I Met Your
Dexter.
Mother? I haven't seen that either.
I know everybody loves Dexter. I haven't seen a single episode of any Law and Order show ever. I know that's a big one.
I've seen
Valid.
episodes through TikTok, but that's it. I've never like consciously sat down
I've
and went, "Yeah,
I've
it's
never,
Law and
I've
Order
never
time."
sat down and watched any of the Chicago shows. I know those are big.
I've
the
again
various
haven't done it
Chicago
consciously,
TikTok.
but through TikTok, baby.
Well,
I
and then
have
you like
watched
see clips, and then you have to like go find the rest of the clips, or at least a little bit of them, because it's like, what the fuck
and
just
you say
happened?
to yourself, you know what? Because of these clips, I'll watch the show.
And
But
then you
never
don't.
do.
No.
You never watch the show.
The only
Like,
show
yeah.
I've done that for is Yellowstone.
Yellowstone is so good.
Yeah.
Dude. I think you like Yellowstone. I don't know if you finished it yet. but
I
think you'd
haven't,
like
because
Yellowstone.
technically the final season doesn't come out on Peacock or whatever.
It's not on Peacock yet.
It's out
over.
tomorrow. So,
On Peacock?
so I'm gonna watch the final season like tomorrow or something.
Yo, that's so
Tonight
sick.
is, well, tonight as of recording is the drop of MLB The Show. I will be
Yeah, I
streaming
don't know if
that
I'm
the
gonna
minute
get
we
it
end.
yet.
Well, you can
Oh,
come
really?
find out. Yep.
I might just hop on your stream and see if it's worth it.
Yeah.
If it's any different. It looks like it's going to be.
The road to
different
the
than
show is
other
super
games.
different, and I've heard the
Yeah.
franchise is going to be. Apparently, money really matters. So if you're into doing math, you're going to love it.
Speaking of sports video games. Sorry, is there something else?
Well, I was going to say I'm doing okay.
Oh.
I spent the last 2 days in Denver looking at apartments, found a couple, so we'll see how that goes.
Be careful what you say, Geeky's got a hammer.
Right? So apparently, now you two just have to move to like the same state. And then we're really following the stay hot like path here.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Respectfully, I'm not going to Maryland.
Yeah, and here's the thing, respectfully, you guys know my situation.
And pretty much everybody listening does too.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
That's just
all 7
Uh,
people now that Sam apparently is gonna start listening to Run the North.
Let's go.
yeah.
How you doing, Jake?
Yeah, speaking of, oh, I was gonna make a joke, but yeah, I'm doing fine. Everything's been going pretty well. Anyway, speaking of sports football games, sorry, not sports football games. Well, I don't know why I said that. Sports video games. There it is.
Uh-huh.
Miller, what was the score of you and Grayson's college football 25 game? I just
I
gotta
don't-
know.
I
Did you
don't
beat him at least?
remember. No, I got so fucking
You
hoed.
lost?
It was so bad.
Oh
Listen,
my god!
Jake, listen. It was the day that I found out about what is happening. What's about to
never
happen.
mind. That's fine.
So I
That's
went
fine.
into that game. My mind was in a different universe. And then I proceeded to like miss wide open throws consistently. And Grayson would roll out immediately, throw a fucking crossbody Hail Mary, and somehow come down with it every time.
Bro
was-
did not lock in. That's all we know.
No, EA found out that I was having maybe the worst day of my life, and they were like, "How can I make this worse?"
How can I? Make
Welcome
this
to EA, dog.
absolutely worse?
Right.
This isn't
Exactly.
news.
I got EA'd. Also, real quick, since I brought it out, have I told you guys the story of how I acquired this hammer?
No, I don't think so.
There's a story about you went to
Yeah.
a store and bought a hammer.
I went to
No.
Home Depot. I bought the hammer.
No.
I have the hammer.
That's not what I did.
Hammer.
Okay,
So-
Sorry.
yeah.
All right.
For
You
my
steal a
birthday.
hammer?
What is it? Is it a steel hammer?
steal-
I actually don't know. I would
I
assume
asked
so.
if you stole the hammer.
Oh, no. But anyways, for my birthday, me and like the people, like my friends that live locally, went bowling. And my friend Kenny, who you guys know,
Yes.
he drove from out of state. He lives in Pennsylvania. I'm in Maryland. So he drove from out of state. And his car blew a tire on the way to the bowling alley. So this dumbass blew the tire like, or actually no, hold on, let me come back to that. He bought this to give it to me for my birthday. That's the main point here. This was my birthday gift from Kenny. But he blew his tire on the side of the interstate. My friend Moss had to go get him. And while Moss is trying to fix Kenny's tire, Kenny whips this out and goes, "Will this help?" For a flat
He
tire.
could not have been serious. He could
I
not
hope
have been
he was
serious.
serious.
And then what makes it even better is he gets to the bowling alley. He hands me a gift bag with like a Lego set in it. And then goes, "Oh, by the way, there's a second part to your present." And I shit you not, goes like this and pulls back in the exact motion of like, "I've got a gun."
He's got
Pulls
a
out a
gun!
fucking hammer in front of a crowded bowling alley and just holds it out like that's a normal thing to do. So I had to tackle the hammer out of his hand and hide it under a bench because I didn't want the police to show up. And they didn't, thankfully. I hid the hammer well, but I really thought I was going to go to jail over a hammer.
That's fun. Anyway,
Your belief
of
in
bits-
how things work astonishes
Yeah.
me.
Well, I'm just saying, is it not threatening if someone is at a bowling alley, reaches into a jacket pocket and pulls out a weapon?
Dude, I
It-
mean,
it-
sure, but
he's got somewhat of a point.
there's
here.
like,
I
that's a
can't-
very loose description of a weapon. Like,
you can kill
Yes.
somebody with that.
I can kill you with my fucking shoe, dog. It's not that hard. This is
So
like,
what I'm hearing is we all need to be Mac Hollins.
yes. Like, technically your shirt's a weapon if you try a little bit. Like,
Okay, but this is like a big step up from a shirt or a shoe. It's a fucking 16-ounce
True.
hammer.
sure. Yeah, okay, hold on.
Just pull it out, and then if anybody asks you at the bowling alley, just be like, "Yeah, I'm here to fix the bowling alley," and then you start like hammering on something, be like, "Yeah, it's a little
Start
out of place." You
Hit
know?
one of the bowling balls. It's like,
Oh yeah,
this
I'm
one needs
just
a
here, I'm here
tune-up.
to fix bowling.
I'm here to
Anyway,
fix
So I can
bowling.
basically just like do the same thing with your iPhone, man. Might be more aggressive if you have one of the pro models that are made of titanium. That's got no,
All right, man.
like, I don't know,
anyway,
man.
speaking of bits that we do, we got 2 bits to do. First of all, I got my D20 here again. I got a
Okay.
new prompt. if one of you two guesses what I roll on this D20, I will retweet everything Hammy Takes tweets for a week straight.
Oof.
Starting
Long-
tomorrow when the episode drops.
long
You ready?
week.
All right. Ready?
Uh-huh.
All right.
18.
What do you got?
14.
I was thinking 14.
11.
Ah.
Ah.
I'm safe. Thank God. I don't know why I said a week. I was going to say a day. I answered up
bro was
right
scared.
away. I answered up immediately. Whew. Anyway, our other new bit. We're going to be taking one question at the beginning of every episode. And me and Geek decided before Miller got here which question we were going to take. So, actually, I'm not even sure we did.
We
decided
didn't.
what question we're going to take. And this one comes from Steven. So Geek will know which question this is now. And Miller, you might too.
I don't think
Would you rather change genders every time you sneeze, or every time you eat out at a restaurant, you have to tell the waitress something's wrong with your food, and they have to take it back and remake it, no matter what?
Okay, important question. I want to establish a ground rule. Like
I have
right
a
off the
couple of
bat.
questions before we answer the question, so you go first,
Right.
though.
When it says you switch genders,
Okay,
does that
I think
imply
you
like
and I.
magically you physically switch, or is it just like something goes off in your brain and you're like,
So
Okay,
I
no.
know.
So my question is related to that. Is it just like? Okay, I'm gonna put this as delicately as possible. Does
God.
every part of you change into the other gender, or does just the
Right,
downstairs
is it-
region?
okay.
Like, are you do you just become a woman version of yourself, or do you just
So,
become? Or do you
My
switch
question
genitalia?
was
That's what I'm
kind of
asking.
related, but like I'm 100% sure on the like it just you fully just become a woman until the
Okay,
next time you sneeze.
okay.
But then I panicked a little because like how quickly does that process work? Like that's like so
Ooh,
because like I
yeah.
don't know about you guys, but every once in a while I'll sneeze like 5 times in a row, just rapid. Like,
Imagine
do you
Yeah.
get like stuck in between, and how does that work? Like what
Yeah, see, I don't
happens
know
if I'm
about
just
that.
like achoo,
That's a
achoo,
good
achoo?
question.
Like what happens? Where do I end
To
up?
be
Yeah.
honest, I think it's still preferable to the
Yes.
restaurant one.
I
would
agree.
feel horrible.
100% agree.
right, because like
This poor waiter or waitress that I can just keep saying, "Excuse me, sir, ma'am, my food is wrong," but it's like perfect. Like, how could I?
Right.
How could you do that? I don't.
yeah, I was gonna say I think we're all in agreement. We're taking the sneezing.
Yes, we just have
sneezing.
questions.
I just have logistical
Right.
And like,
questions. about
what
it.
happens if you get stuck between? Does it change again the next time you sneeze, or does it like if you're like somehow stuck between the two? Does like the parts that are stuck just like what happens here? I'm intrigued.
I was gonna say I think
I was
in my
driving
mind-
and saw the notification on my watch and read it, and then spent the next hour of my drive thinking
think my
about
take-
how that would work, and I
My
was
take
very
is that
intrigued.
it works quick enough. Like in this scenario, I would say it works quick enough to just fully change, no matter how
Yeah.
rapidly you sneeze.
Okay.
To be honest,
like
Okay,
That would
to
be my
me
take.
that's good.
to me
Good.
it's
And
less
that's
of a
perfect.
like it's not like a Hulk transformation. It's like a Fairly Odd Parents transformation where it's
Okay.
just like a
Right.
poof,
Okay,
and then you're
Yeah.
the other gender.
so
So,
But- but
in
here-
that
here's-
case,
Here's my question. One more question though.
Mhm.
Steven did specify the word gender, right?
yeah. He said switch gender.
Okay, so are we just going with the binary male female, or like is there a
Ooh.
odd chance you could end up being non-binary? Is there an odd chance you could end up being something different? Like what?
An
Interesting.
attack
I
helicopter? Like I don't know.
didn't think about that. That's interesting. Huh.
Yeah, I don't. Huh.
How did I spend an
Oh.
hour thinking about this question and never end up there? Is my
don't
Well, I
know.
think it's probably because out of the three of us, I think it would make the most sense that I would come up with that
That's fair.
question.
That's true.
Given
But no, that's
like
Interesting.
is it just like a 33% chance on which one? Like
No.
if we even just say like male, female, non-binary, if we just keep it simple as the big three, so to speak. Like
Yeah,
is it just like
could.
a 33% chance which one you land
well,
on?
no, because you're already one of them.
So it would
So
be
you're
50-50
like,
on the other one.
If you're already a dude, you're not gonna sneeze and turn into a dude. Like,
True, fair.
so
Fair. So it would be 50-50 then.
I guess.
If we're operating under that three.
But is it like weighted by like based on percent of population that would be like after that.
Ooh,
Like,
interesting.
uh,
Okay.
I don't know. Now we're getting into the math.
Yeah.
This is a sports show, by the way.
I think we can leave it at. I think there's a 50-50 chance to go either way.
Okay.
Okay.
Either of the
I mean,
other ones.
None of this changes the answer, but
None of this
Right.
changed yet. And ultimately, I think we're all on the side that none of us want to bother whoever we're ordering food from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just it.
We all got to
Um,
remember to like buy
but-
extra sets of clothes, I guess.
Just for the sake of the argument, though,
Yeah.
when we're talking about ordering food, is this only like a sit-down restaurant, or is this like
No,
you go to McDonald's, or even
everywhere.
like you use DoorDash?
I think
I'm pretty
every
sure-
restaurant.
Okay.
If you have to, if I
Either-
had, if
doesn't
I
change my
if I
answer either
DoorDash
way,
Food, and I had to
Oh
walk
my
up to
God.
the dude who DoorDash and be like, "Hey, listen, man,
They got
This
it
is all
wrong,
wrong.
then take it
you gotta
back.
take this back."
Well, to be fair, with DoorDash, you don't really.
Depends.
I guess
depends
like
on-
for the purpose of this, you would have to, but he would probably just
Okay.
look at it and be like, "All right."
To
man,
be
just
fair,
tell
it's
them when we have."
anytime you eat out. So you'd have to be like actively at the, but like going through the drive-through is still, Jake,
Sure.
watch it. But like
I wasn't
going
gonna
through
say
the
anything.
drive-through is, yeah, there's Miller.
I was just gonna
Going through
smile.
the drive-through
No,
is
I'm
actively.
laughing at Jake, not you, because Jake did have that look on his face.
Right,
I
like-
wasn't
that's
gonna say
why
anything.
I made
You didn't
the-
have to bring it up.
I did.
was
You
gonna
made
sit
the
here and
goofy
smile.
face.
I know.
Oh my god.
I know. No.
Oh my god, that just reminds me of one of my favorite Shane Gillis clips, and I don't think I can.
Dude,
physically
I'm
say
just
on this.
now thinking
I don't
about,
think I can say
you
it.
know, that every time you eat out, you have to tell the waitress something's wrong. So, in the context of what Jake was laughing about, my head has now
Oh,
come up with
no.
some really funny things that are not appropriate for a sports show. We should move on.
It's something none of us will have to worry about anytime soon.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the
Ayo.
thing. Okay, it's a very niche group of people. Listen, I have to get this out. Shane Gillis tires shipping crate. Somebody has to. I don't care if it's you two, but it's got to. Somebody has got to
You
understand
said
what I'm talking
shipping
about.
crate?
Bro said
It-
shipping
he-
crate.
I just say it.
No,
You can add the podcast, right?
I'm not gonna, so just don't.
Here, I'm looking it up.
Okay, Miller. Maybe you watch the clip and then tell me if I can say it on the air.
If I can say it on the air.
Okay, hold on. Let's
'Cause
see.
I'll say it in my best Shane Gillis impression if it's okay.
Oh, no.
Can I say that? Can I say that?
You
Okay,
can't
good.
say it, but you're on the nose.
You cannot say it. All right, good to know.
I'm gonna say it off the air when we're done. But yeah,
Just
Please
just
do.
forgot. Send it back.
All right, man.
send it back.
Just send it back.
Send it back.
I love Shane Gillis,
Oh,
man.
Oh my god! All right, of
Oh my.
course. Am I right?
Man.
How do you feel about those?
Wow.
Anything going on outside of the NFL before we?
Baseball,
talk about free
Garrett
agency.
Cole's shot, not Cy Young, Tommy John surgery. It was an old pitcher.
Giancarlo's out for the year too,
Really?
or expected to get surgery.
Damn, the Yankees are over.
He's got double tendonitis, so he's got tendonitis in both his elbows, and he's got something wrong with
Jesus.
his calf.
Yeah, the Yankees are over, party. It's great.
Lost Soto, their ace is done for the year. DH, who just hits bombs, is done for the year. And it's just Aaron Judge and Jazz Chisholm.
Aaron
And,
Judge, who can't play defense, so this team's gonna be
Jazz
bad.
Chisholm, who can play defense and can hit, but
Yeah.
one man cannot save the Yankees, unfortunately.
Probably not.
So yeah,
I don't know.
womp womp.
I'm just waiting for the Rockies' new City Connect to release. I'm excited.
As far as the NBA goes, De'Aaron Fox is done for the year. Got that
Cooper
announcement today.
Flag. Cooper
Which means
Flag.
Cooper Flag is really in play for the Spurs, and I don't like it at all. They don't deserve two generational prospects within 4 years of each other.
That's what they
Doesn't
said
make
the
any
last
sense.
time this happened when we got David
Doesn't
Robinson
make
and Tim
any
Duncan.
sense. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I want the Raptors to get Cooper Flag, who got injured and might miss the tournament. Which would suck.
Wait,
If-
Cooper Flag's gonna miss the tournament?
possible.
Might. He hurt his ankle pretty.
He saw the
pretty bad,
Spurs
needed-
were all banged up, and he joined. They're
needed
all on
assistance,
vacation.
Needed assistance getting off the court in their ACC tournament game.
Oh, that's terrible.
You know what is some news? The Timberwolves are good again. I don't know what happened, but
Sure they are.
they're 12-0 in the last 12 games that Julius Randle has played. Weirdly,
What did they just play the Bulls 12 straight
no.
games?
Julius Randle
Bulls
came
are
out
actually,
and
like, apparently
decided
good
he
now.
was gonna change how he was playing, and then he did.
That is really funny that you say that, Miller, because like
They've been on a tear.
You know,
I keep seeing like Bears fans tweet about the Bulls.
no, but it's also really funny because like 6 out of those 12 games are against like bottom 3 teams in their conferences.
That's all right. The
Oh.
Bulls are still like gonna be a play-in team, unless the Raptors
Oh.
get there.
I wasn't
shit
talking
together.
about the Bulls. I was talking about how the Timberwolves last 6 of the last 12 have been against bottom 3 teams in each conference.
That's fine.
Have
Have you watched the Timberwolves play though this year? Before, when they played against those bottom feeder teams, they were losing.
Yeah, the Bulls are not serious, bro. They're getting blown out by the Nets right now. This is bad.
That's fine.
Love to see it.
But yeah, the Spurs are probably gonna finish like 14th
Did you
in the
just
West
call
at
a
this point.
7-point game a blowout?
You have to blow out in basketball. Yep.
You're
It's-
insane. Okay.
Let him
Okay.
cook.
Or
Let
maybe
him
I
cook.
can't-
It's
or
bull
maybe I
slander.
can't-
Let him
maybe-
cook.
Or maybe I can't read and I thought it was 95. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about that, Geek?
No, you want to talk
You
about a
have to look it up.
blowout? Look at the Magic Pelicans score real quick.
And I
Or the
won't
Bucks
spoil
Lakers
that.
score. That's not good.
Why is it not good? The Bucks are winning, aren't they?
Yeah.
Why is that not
That's a
good?
win in my book. That's great.
Oh my god!
We love to
That's
see
a
Oh.
the
great
Lakers
30 at halftime.
lose.
Good lord!
LeBron's not playing. I see. Luca's got
Is
fucking
Luka
Yeah,
40
he's
though.
having. LeBron
Look at
has his
40
yearly
points?
strain.
Oh my god! All it took was Lay Bum being injured, and Luka's the best fucking player in the league again.
Exactly.
Look at
Luka's
this. Luka's been-
over.
Playing really well the entire time. What are you talking
Hasn't
about?
had yeah, but games with LeBron, no 40 bombs. Games without LeBron, 40 bombs.
It's almost like he
Coincidence?
doesn't need to
thinks
drop
not.
40 when there's another good player on the court. Austin Reeves also almost has 30, and then not a single other Laker has double
Man,
digits. So
remember
maybe
the last
LeBron.
time-
So what I'm hearing is
remember the
LeBron
last
being off the
time
court is
Austin Reeves
elevating
had
the rest of the
30.
team.
Wow!
did you not hear the nobody else has double digits and the fact that they're losing by 20? Does that mean nothing?
Well, they're playing against a team that's going to win the
Play the
finals,
Bucks.
probably.
No, they
Oh.
aren't.
Yep, that's
Uh-oh.
The Bucks aren't going to win a
Uh-oh.
playoff series.
Yeah, they are. They're gonna
No.
win
if
one.
I know. Now, isn't Giannis like hate them now and wants to leave or something?
Giannis
He's
is
hated them for a
washed.
couple years
Dame's
now.
washed.
Giannis
Brook
is
Lopez
not
is
a
washed.
MVP candidate.
What?
There are 2 MVP candidates. You're giving him
Right.
Jared Goff votes, man. Stop it.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's
you
not
don't-
he has not played on the level of
Oh.
Jokic or Shea this year. Don't tell me I don't know ball. He has not been on that level.
These small market teams never get the respect they deserve.
OKC is a small market team, you bozo.
But they're
Technically,
winning,
so is
I don't
Denver.
give
Technically.
Oh, look at that. There's one, and let me make sure I'm right. Oh, I bet I am. Wow. Guess who's averaging the most points out of those 3? Yeah. Woo! Giannis, Keisha.
Cool.
And also Giannis, if we're talking most valuable player, it's Giannis. Thunder
No.
would be not where they are, but they'd be fine. with
And the
it.
Nuggets wouldn't be a playoff team. They would be probably the worst team in basketball.
Respect Aaron Gordon, dude. Give me
No,
a break.
I won't, because that's how teams have been
Respect top
playing against
15
Denver.
player
Is they
Aaron
just go,
Gordon.
okay, Aaron Gordon, do whatever you want, and he can't score 20 because he's ass. It's almost like I was gonna make a joke, but then I realized it was a bad joke for me. All right, Miller's been having too much fun with the X-wing. He
Wait,
got
points is
wait.
really
Is that
good.
an upgrade or
Yeah, I
a
would
downgrade
appreciate.
from the Falcon?
Well, I still have the Falcon right here. It's just the X-wing was closer.
Ah, I see. Okay.
And also doesn't have a stand. I
Oh
lost the stand.
man,
for it.
Carl Anthony Towns is top 5 in MVP odds.
W.
Gee, Willikers, I suppose the Timberwolves could probably use a guy like him on their team.
Probably.
I bet
even
that would be
better.
beneficial.
They'd be even better than they are currently. Wonder
Probably.
what happened there. Surely the
I don't wanna talk
Timberwolves
about
didn't trade him instead of the Frenchman
I don't want to talk
who
about it.
can't make a layup.
I don't want to talk about it.
Imagine
Anyway.
not having a superstar French center.
True.
man. That applies to both of us, pal.
I was gonna say I am on an island, man.
Dog, until Wemby wins, what, 4 depoys? Don't talk to me.
Oh no.
Win a depoy. I don't know. Play a full season, maybe.
Hey,
I don't
what
know.
up?
Oh, so
What
now
up?
we're discounting players for like hereditary blood clots now.
I mean, people do it with Chris Bosh all the time.
I don't. I'm not a horrible person.
You
You're
haven't talked
grouping
about Chris
yourself in with
Bosh
those
since
people.
ever. I don't even
At
think you
least
know who
Wemby-
that
At
is.
least Wemby wasn't single-handedly responsible for the NBA shutting down because of COVID.
That's valid, actually. I can't
True.
even.
I saw the clip of
I-
that.
dude,
again the
it
other day,
bugs
and
me
I
second he
can't-
so
touched the
much.
mics, it was over. It was over the second he touched the mics. Not that it was actually his fault, but listen, man, just
I
saying.
Dude,
remember-
the optics of that are so bad. You
Bad
can't.
omen, man.
I was in class when that happened, and I remember I got the notification, and one of my friends across the classroom was like, "What the fuck?" And my teacher was like, "What are you yelling about?" And he showed her the clip, and she was like, "Oh, that doesn't seem responsible." And then like 2 classes later, the buildup of that.
Dude, it did happen really fast. He like touched those microphones, and then like 20 minutes later, the league was canceled. It was nuts.
It was right, yeah. There was like, they were like talking about COVID and how it was coming, and the NBA might suspend the season. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna touch all the mics," and then like
Yeah.
the next day, Woj was like, "Hey, by the way, season over." And then the Lakers won a fake championship.
All right, man.
And
True.
We
So are we gonna take away Brady's last ring then too?
yeah.
No,
Free ring because he didn't have to play in stadiums where fans existed. That's free ring.
no, not at all.
No, but the NFL didn't have special circumstances like the NBA did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
By not having fans in stadiums, that is
Yeah, but like
special
the
circumstances.
bubble ring, dude. Yeah, right.
Hey, tell me real quick, was every other team not under the same circumstances at that moment?
Yeah, but
the
like
season didn't count for anybody.
Yes, it did.
it's a
You
fake
would have
ring for
counted
no
it if
matter
it was
who
anybody
won
else.
it.
That's the issue. Just
No.
admit you're
No, I
biased and
wouldn't-
stupid. Then don't count Brady.
If it was
Brady doesn't get the
If it
ring
was-
then.
hold on. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't say a word about it. So I wouldn't count it for them. I just wouldn't mention it. I'm fully biased against LeBron.
would've
We know
counted
this. I
it
shouldn't
for
have
Jimmy
to
Butler.
say this anymore.
I would have counted it for Jimmy Butler.
I shouldn't
mean,
have
come
to
on.
openly say this.
You
It should be
should.
unspoken, but because you're stupid
No,
and you can't realize that.
I am just demanding that you stop pretending that every person who could possibly listen to the show knows everything about you, you dumb motherfucker. That's not how the internet works. I know that's insane to you, but more
All
people
6
watch
people that watch this show know that I don't like LeBron.
So bro just hasn't looked at our average viewership numbers. Good to
No,
know.
I haven't. I haven't
So
at
I
all.
will say not that I'm like slandering.
Yeah, that's a
Miller,
shot
but
at himself.
It is
So-
more than 6. I'll just put
it's
that
a
out
lot
there.
more
sure
than
it
6,
is.
and it's shots at himself. Yeah, this show we make that's fucking pointless. Then why are you here? Good
I
God.
enjoy making it. I like talking ball with you guys. That's why I'm here. I'm not here for the views. I'm here for the journey,
I'm here for the
the
journey.
conversations.
All
Yeah,
right,
me and
chill.
me and Miller don't have to rely on this show for income. Am I right, pal?
Well, I mean, we don't generate
Geek, I
income
was
on
gonna
this
say-
show. I don't
Yeah.
rely on this show for shit either.
Also, geek. If you're gonna try to pull the narcissism card with not everyone knows who you are, if anyone says that ring didn't count for LeBron, it's pretty simple to assume that's
Yeah, I
where
know.
they stand.
I know.
Like that is literally like a telltale thing. Plus, I don't know, maybe
I
the
get it.
Bears hat or the
I'm just
enjoyment of
being a
Chicago
hater.
sports would give away that I'm probably a Jordan guy.
I don't
I mean,
care
if
though.
you don't have the
could
media
at least
literacy
be.
to pull that
See,
together,
here's
then
the
that's on
issue
you.
though. You don't have to be like, well, I'm a Chicago fan. Yeah, so is Kenny Beecham. He also loves LeBron though, because he's not a dumb bitch. This is why we love Ken.
I'm not a dumb bitch. I just don't like LeBron.
Because you a dumb bitch. That's it. That's
Listen,
the
I
only
get
reason.
that his dick is so far up your ass that it's coming out your mouth, but just because I don't like him doesn't mean that I'm a bitch. It just means that I don't like him.
No, it still means you a bitch.
Okay, man.
Because you just lie.
Okay.
Just all the time. Just to try to discredit the
About
GOAT.
Well, no, I would never lie on Michael Jordan's name.
I mean,
Why would
you
I ever
do all the
that?
time.
No,
So
never.
has like everybody for Jordan all of his career.
Never once have I lied on Michael Jordan's name. I'd never disrespect him.
No, you lied to try to prop him up. Happens all
In
the
what
time.
way?
All the time.
In what way?
He literally won an entire depoy off of people lying.
He won an entire depoy off being one of the greatest defenders in
No,
NBA history.
he won it because of the numbers. You can go look. I literally went through and like watched multiple games. He was credited with 5 blocks and 4 steals. He had 1 and 1. He just got given numbers.
I'm supposed to trust your judgment over like the NBA itself
I
when
mean,
it comes to counting stats.
okay, let's let you watch the game too. Yeah. Oh,
No, because I don't care as much as you do.
you do. Because you're the one who
I
brings it up
don't.
all the time.
Yeah, because it's so easy to get under your skin with it. It's
Everything
hilarious.
gets under my skin.
Yes, I know. This is just the one where it's like objectively bad faith, and that
Yeah.
makes it way funnier for
That's
me.
fair. All right, can we like talk about something that matters now?
I was gonna say, I
we
just
are
want to make it
30
clear,
minutes
'cause
into this show
Okay,
and have
I
not
just wanna-
talked about anything useful.
I just want to make it clear real quick because that did get a little heated. That was just to get you going. I did not have any interest in that argument whatsoever.
Oh,
I don't
the
stand by
fuck?
any words that just came out of my
I
mouth.
don't stand by any words. All right, let's go. Jake, what are
So
you?
yeah, how are we doing this? Are we doing? No, he's got his Spider-Man. He's swinging around.
I know. I don't. Oh, I do.
But how are we,
So I've got PFF's list of the
Nice.
positional breakdown of every single position and all the major signings, plus people who haven't been signed. So we're just gonna go through the positions, go through the major signings, and go through the ones that haven't been signed yet, and maybe make a prediction.
Okay.
So start with the quarterbacks. Just from the top of PFF's list, we got Sam Darnold, 3 years, $100.5 million to the Seattle Seahawks.
scary hours?
Okay, so I want to play
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
slight devil's advocate here for 2 reasons. I think everybody is kind of stuck on the last 2 games of the year, which is fair and
Sure.
objectively does matter, especially because the issues those last 2 games presented are issues he will face with Seattle because their offensive line is doo-doo ass water. But I do think,
Yeah.
looking just at the numbers from last year, Sam Darnold had the most passing yards while under pressure of any quarterback in football. Like, he did a really good job all season of dealing with a mediocre and bad offensive line towards the end. Yeah, in the 2 biggest games of the season, it was extra bad. Those were against 2 of the better teams in football, though, as well. So, like, the original good that Sam Darnold did all season, I think, is kind of being overlooked right now. It is a clear downgrade from Geno, don't get me wrong, but it's not, number 9 to number 26. It's number like 10 to number 15. It's a downgrade, but Darnold is still like a real starting quarterback. And if you want to, the age factor with Geno being almost 10 years older, and then the money thing could matter too. If Geno's making 45 and Sam's making 33, that's a big difference and can allow you to build your team well around them. What bugs me is Seattle hasn't made a single good move to build.
Right.
Like, if you're going to save that
Exactly.
money, cool, help him.
I mean,
but they
yeah,
haven't.
actually,
And that's what's bugging me.
outside of signing Sam Darnold, they've actually only lost things.
No,
Like,
they
it
added
doesn't-
Well,
DeMarcus
no,
Lawrence.
They've added 2 offensive pieces. They
Oh, yeah.
added MVS and they added Josh Jones at tackle. He is saved. The cavalry has arrived.
Josh Jones,
But,
the
like-
backup, because
Yeah, who wouldn't
the
start?
only
Yeah.
offensive line pieces they have are tackles.
Right. But no, like a geek, I absolutely see where you're coming from, and you're right.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. But the thing is, like, first of all, with the money thing, that's the one position where you don't want to like moneyball it Where you
Right.
don't want to be like, well, we can go from 10 to 15 and save 12 million. If this was a receiver, corner,
Yeah.
an edge rusher, maybe you could say that. In terms of like the high value positions, then obviously like running back, tight end, linebacker, sure.
Yeah.
Quarterback, pump the brakes on that. Second of all, as well, the thing I think I can't speak for everyone, but for me with Sam Darnold going to Seattle is he doesn't have Kevin O'Connell.
Yep.
He doesn't have Justin Jefferson. He doesn't have TJ Hawkinson. He doesn't have Jordan Addison. He has literally Marquez Valdez-Scantling and JSN. And I love JSN. He's not the
Noah
same
Fant.
type of like big.
Noah Fant, buddy.
Give
Noah
Noah
Fant, buddy.
Fant some credit. He's like, this more
Sure, he's
speaks
as
on the
good
NFL.
He's good.
But
He's as good as
Jake Bobo
MVS
slander
in
is
terms of their
crazy.
impact.
okay, Jake Bobo deserves slander.
Mm-mm.
He might have the slowest 40 time on this podcast.
That's not true. I guarantee he's running faster than me, dog.
That's
Guarantee
fair.
it.
You might
Oh,
be
yeah,
out of
he'd
breath
actually-
by the way.
He'd
time
actually
you get
make it to
halfway there.
the finish line
Yeah.
before like
Yeah.
almost passing out. I think
That's
so.
fair.
But the point I'm trying to make is like he doesn't have the talent around him.
Right.
I'm not saying that Sam Darnold was a product of his situation, but it certainly elevated him
Yes.
a decent bit. Sam Darnold's not a floor raiser. We know that. That's not a surprise to anybody. So going into a worse situation with a worse offensive line, with worse weapons, with a worse coach, that is the big hang up with Sam Darnold because he is a talented quarterback. And you do make a good point about like him actually being better under pressure than people are giving him credit for. That's all fine and dandy, but who's he getting the ball to while he's under
Right.
pressure?
Yep.
And who is scheming him up to make plays under pressure,
What did they
to
get?
putting him in positions to
Oh, Kubiak.
for their Kubiak's
That could be
cool.
okay, actually.
Like I will say
Could be.
Kubiak's getting a quarterback upgrade. He's
Yeah.
better than Derek Carr, but Kubiak still had an offensive line in New Orleans with
Yeah.
like real football players, especially on the interior.
Yeah.
If we remember, who was the most important player on Kubiak's offensive line last year?
Eric McCoy.
Easy Ruiz.
What? Right.
Yeah.
Well, Eric McCoy was the answer.
No.
Who do the Seahawks have at center right now? Olu Oluwatimi?
Give it 5 minutes. It will be Garrett Bradbury. I'm calling it now.
That is worse.
I wouldn't call it
Oh, yeah.
worse, but it's definitely
It's not
not
much
good.
better.
We saw how
Yeah,
that
I mean,
one worked.
The Sam Darnold signing guarantees at least 2 losses for the Seahawks right away without even knowing their schedule. Once he
Oh,
sees
the Rams.
Jared Verse
Yeah.
on the other side of that line again,
Oh,
he's
Yeah,
just gonna
that's
be
fair.
like, he's
No,
yeah.
I
so
still
many
think
memories, just-
Seattle has
yeah,
a
it's over.
decent chance, even with like how downgraded their roster is. I still think Seattle has like a real shot at like winning the NFC West because the Niners aren't a real football team going into
No.
next year.
Yeah, but with Stafford back and Devontae going
I was
So,
gonna say my
the
money's on
Rams-
the
there's
Rams.
no
Oh,
shot.
Money should be on the Rams. The Rams are also old, and I mean, like a Stafford injury, and suddenly they're the worst team in this division.
Put Puka
like-
at quarterback, they'll be fine.
True.
Maybe, but like, there's just
Well, I'd
there's
still
a
draft like Will
I'm-
Howard in the 5th round.
probably.
and
then he'll
I'm just
hurt
not
somehow.
expecting.
Yeah, McVay
No,
will
I mean
turn
they
him
have
into, like-
Garoppolo,
yeah.
so I just refuse to accept that Garoppolo
Sure.
could do anything for anyone ever. So
But yeah, I think the
funniest
Darnold.
possible- Go for it.
I was just gonna say, just to like wrap up with the actual signing of Darnold, I think the bigger issue just lies in what the Seahawks have done to support him, like you said, and that, like Geno, I'm a lot more confident in
Oh, for sure.
elevating a team as opposed to Darnold. But Jake, what were you gonna say?
I would say the funniest possible outcome is the Seahawks losing to the Rams and with a missed face mask call in the end zone again, which is on a different team this time.
oh my god.
Our next big quarterback signing that with PFF has got for us is Justin Fields, 2 years, $40 million to the New York Jets. All right, I'm going to be the outlier here, so I'm going to save my piece for last.
What, do you not like it?
No, I love it.
Oh, I was gonna say I also quite like it.
Oh,
I just $20 million
Forgive
on
me, but I
Justin
did not
Fields.
He's a
think-
quarterback, dude. It's
I did
a
not
quarterback.
think
I
you would
don't
like it.
care. I really don't.
Oh, so Geek's the outlier. Okay.
Apparently.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, so here's the reasons why
Like,
I like
okay,
it.
I don't hate it.
Justin,
Go ahead. No.
Justin Fields is 26.
Mm-hmm.
There's room. The reason why I don't like it is because there's nobody on the offensive staff who I trust to work with Justin Fields. Because Aaron Glenn's the head coach. They fired Nathaniel Hackett, right?
Yeah, it's Tanner Engstrand is their offensive coordinator. Came over from Detroit.
Don't know anything about him. Can't lie. So I can't tell you if he's a good offensive mind for Fields or not.
He was the Lions pass game coordinator last year. Just for reference.
Well, maybe that's a little bit of hope. But
yeah,
I can't remember the last time the Jets had a QB that could move like Fields.
right.
So especially last year, I was talking to one of my buddies who's a Jets fan, and we were just talking about how like last year, like there were so many times where like you could see the lanes for Rodgers and he just couldn't take them because he's like 40, coming off an Achilles injury, and a lot of like their reasons why they struggled so much and they got behind the sticks is because Rodgers couldn't take what was given to him, even in like the run game. So I think Fields' mobility will be an upgrade immediately. I don't hate they're all so young still, dude. Like Fields is 26 and Braylon Allen and Breece Hall are both young, and Sauce is young and Garrett Wilson is young, and their entire offensive line is young, I think, at this point because they lost Morgan Moses. I don't think there's anybody over 27 on that offensive line.
I want to see. I need them to make a big offensive line addition in the draft because I do not like the idea of Chooks.
Probably will now that they've got now that they got Fields. There's no shot that they quarterback 7, I would say. So I think Will Campbell could be a great addition for them. At 7, I think he'll probably be there. But yeah, I love the young core they've got. I think Aaron Glenn's a good coach. So and like Miller said, he's a quarterback, so $40 million really isn't that bad.
Plus, I'm looking at the numbers. His contract is actually pretty solid. $30 million guaranteed over 2 years. $15 million signing bonus and his $5 million base salary in 2025. So they're really most of the money's in the bonus, and then you got an extra $10 million incentives. So it's not like they're it's a big cap hit back-to-back years. It's more just But yeah, no, I like the idea of Fields a lot with them. I think this is, like Jake said, first of all, something different. It's something exciting, if nothing else. You have the chemistry with Garrett Wilson, and there is very much an element to Fields' game of being able to just say fuck it and throwing it downfield. He played with George Pickens last year. He was able to do that sporadically with Darnell Mooney. Wasn't super great with it because that matchup never really hit what it needed to, but there's still a little bit of that. And obviously, I don't know if you guys have seen it. Maybe it's just because of Bears Twitter, but there's like one throw from when Fields was at Ohio State. I think it was against Clemson in a playoff game. Yeah, to Olave, the like deep shot downfield. He's capable of making that big play, and I think that'll help them a lot. And then the run game aspect of it with him and Breece Hall and Braylon Allen, like Jake said, is going to be exciting. You have the defense. I think this is a move that can make the Jets like a football team that is serious at the very least.
Yeah.
And if Fields can kind of like put it together, then maybe, something can come of it. Because honestly, he wasn't fantastic for Pittsburgh last year, but early on he did look better as a passer. And I trust anyone from the Lions offensive staff last year a hell of a lot more than I trust Arthur Smith at this point. So plus the Jets offensive roster is just better than what the Steelers had last year. So he's got better support.
4-2 with the Steelers, and I think I would take pretty much any offensive unit on the Jets over the Steelers.
And I would take the Jets defense over the Steelers too. Like the team's just better.
Like he led them to a 4-2 record, regardless of how good he actually was in those games. So I think the Jets will certainly be a lot more competitive.
And he also just like vibes alone feels like an Aaron Glenn dude, because Fields is a quiet, like grinder type of dude. That's just his personality. And that feels so Aaron Glenn. So I think this was probably the best spot for him to land.
This is by far the best. Yeah, I think this is his best spot.
So when you said he was 26, it made me look this up. Sam Darnold was drafted 3 years before Fields.
He's only 1 year older. Yep.
That's insane. How is Sam Darnold so goddamn young?
Fields was like
he was probably drafted when he was
19.
Like,
because he was the youngest player in NFL history just like
21
take a
then,
snap.
or 22. Yeah.
Well, no, I think that just got broken by Braylon Allen, didn't it?
Yes, yeah.
It did, yep.
But I mean, Fields is a clear upgrade at quarterback for the Jets. I just don't know. I don't know if I get the entire thought process. I know you can draft a quarterback anyways, but like the investment level feels like it means they won't. It means you're betting on Fields being your young quarterback that you can develop, and I just
but like
hate the process here. It is not specifically a player or a fit thing. It is a process thing that I just can't enjoy.
But to play devil's advocate to this point, and again, I'm coming from a perspective of I haven't really watched the quarterbacks this year. I've seen them in passing through watching wide receivers. We established before the episode, I have 25 fucking wide receivers on my board before a single quarterback. But like watching some of the guys, watching Colorado for Travis Hunter, watching Miami for like Xavier Restrepo, the guys in this class weren't moving me, and maybe it'll change once I get to like actually fully evaluating. But if this is a weaker quarterback class like it's supposed to be, then a 2-year deal for Fields doesn't feel that bad. Because if he sucks this year, then you have the draft next year, and hopefully that class will be better. Because really, this is just like a prove-it deal for a young quarterback that the price got jacked up because they know what the draft market's going to be for a quarterback with like a little extra cushioning to maybe be like the bridge before a rookie that they take next year gets to start. So that's like doomsday scenario. And I think that like makes this a lot easier to swallow. Because I definitely see where you're coming from. If this was a year ago, then absolutely. What the fuck are you doing? You have a top 7 pick. You could take JJ McCarthy.
Right.
But
there's so many guys you could have taken last year. Because like, dude, I've been thinking about this. Even as low as I was on Bo Nix, I might have him as QB1 this year.
Well, that tells me that I'm going to be very not impressed by this year's class when I watch.
So Milroe gives me hope just because of pure talent. Like he does not have it together, but it's pure talent. I'm just like
Anthony Richardson.
Yes. And then Shedeur feels like not entirely play style. He just feels close to the same level. And I despise Cam Ward. Nothing about him. I wouldn't draft him.
What did he piss in your Cheerios?
I don't know.
Like,
I just hate every
Yeah.
minute of watching his tape. I didn't like a thing.
Anyway,
nothing.
I've just seen the nonchalant clips from Twitter where it's like, what are you doing, dude? That makes me not like him.
Miller was like Anthony Richardson, but he was nowhere near as good of a passer in college as Anthony Richardson was, in my opinion. So,
Yikes.
I think Anthony Richardson was a better passer in college than Milroe was. But Milroe was
Right,
a
that's
better
what I'm
runner.
saying.
Milroe's a better
Yikes.
runner.
Okay.
Yeah. But Milroe, I don't know. Miller might end up being.
I will have watched quarterbacks by next week's episode. I think I'm going to watch them early just so I can stop doing this whole bit of I haven't watched them yet, but apparently they're bad.
Right.
Yeah, so
just get the knowledge that they're ass.
As far as free agent starters being signed, that's it. We have Rodgers and Russell Wilson, who are probably the only 2 other guys who will end up being signed as starters. I think it's Steelers, Giants, whichever way.
Thank goodness you're not being an actual psycho.
One of them goes to the Giants. I think Rodgers, even Adam Schefter is fed up with Rodgers. Did you guys see that clip?
Yeah.
There's a clip. There's a clip of Adam Schefter, just like he's sitting there. He goes, "I just don't see why this has to be this hard." He's trying to be as calm as possible, but he's like, "The Steelers want you. The Giants want you.
Which one?
Pick one. Just pick one."
I saw a report.
Be taking 3 to 4 weeks to do this, like Schrager's saying.
I saw the report, and it is entirely the fact. Apparently, Rodgers is waiting, hoping that Minnesota becomes interested. Meaning they're not interested. He's just hoping that they will. So he's just like, because that situation's better. And I'm just like, I don't want that cancer in the locker room. I genuinely do not think Rodgers gives us more of a chance to win games than JJ does. I think right now I'd rather have JJ for every reason. Sure, I might be higher on JJ than you guys are. Fine. But like, it's not like we're asking JJ to be prime Aaron Rodgers. We're asking him to be mediocre, and this is got a chance to be one of the best teams in football. Like, just don't be ass. And I don't foresee a world where he's just ass. With Kevin O'Connell, I just don't see that.
Everyone's pissed because Rodgers apparently gone radio silent to both the Giants and the Steelers, who are desperately trying to reach out to him.
Oh my God. Dude, if I'm them, I just make a move and say,
we don't
fuck
really have
you.
to make
And
predictions.
leave
I think
him
it's probably
stuck.
Rodgers to the Steelers.
Yes.
Have you guys seen what Trey Wingo said about Rodgers?
No.
No.
He said, I am shocked that Aaron Rodgers is dragging this out and once again putting himself in the center of attention, ...
No.
Shocked.
As far as backup quarterback signings, we don't have to talk about them. I'll just run through them. Daniel Jones is going to be backing up Anthony Richardson or starting, maybe. Who knows? With Shane Steichen, who knows? Jacoby Brissett is an Arizona Cardinal. That happened. I didn't know about that one. Marcus
that's a fun
Mariota's back
backup.
with the Commanders. Mason Rudolph's back with the Steelers. And Mac Jones is where he always belonged, in San Francisco.
And Gardner Minshew's a
So-
Chief, and Taylor Heineke's now a Charger. Again.
He's back to be with the Chargers.
He's back.
I wanted Heineke so bad. That's the veteran backup I wanted. I'm upset.
Who's available?
Dude, we're gonna end up with like Carson Wentz.
Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, dude, he's still a Jet.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
Trade for
I
him.
see.
Dude, if
I
we
see
give up one of our
Tyrod
fifths for Tyrod, I will praise Quessy.
Tyrod
I love
Taylor.
Tyrod. And if we needed him to start, I'm so confident in him. I would give
You know,
fuck it. Give me Tyrod.
you know who everyone wants to see go to Minnesota for some reason that I keep seeing pop up?
Who?
Jameis
Oh,
Winston.
yeah, no, I'm so out.
Ooh.
That's so
No,
disgusting.
I know it's horrific, but like it's weird how many people I've seen be like, he would be a great backup for JJ
Because
McCarthy.
Everybody loves Jameis.
Because people
Oh, I
don't know
know.
the thing about Jameis, so you see the guy who loves to chuck the ball around and the goofy personality. Like, if I just actually didn't know the things he's done, I would probably be one of those people, because it would be fun. But I know the
Yeah.
things that I know, so it won't be fun.
Also, speaking of backup quarterbacks, Zach Wilson's a Dolphin.
Yes, he is.
Well, he's not going to be a
That's funny.
backup. By week
Well,
3, he will be
baby!
playing, because Tua's going to
Yeah,
eat grass
no
again.
diving into Damar Hamlin week 2, and that'll be it.
Like, I just have zero faith in Tua. So here I have a quick question for you, staying in the quarterback market. To feel better about the Sam Darnold thing for Seattle, would you rather have Sam Darnold for $33 million a year or Tua for $56 million a year?
Is Tua healthy in this scenario?
Has Tua ever been
I have-
healthy?
I have 2 questions. 1, what team am I running? And 2, is Tua healthy? If I'm running the Dolphins, it's still Tua, because that offense is like the perfect thing for him.
You know, Sam does
But
all
if
of the
it's
same
anywhere-
things well, but also has an arm that can throw more than 20 yards, which would actually open that offense up more.
I don't think Sam is as good on like timing routes. I don't think
I feel
there's
like
like
Tua's whole thing,
really
you know?
there's
Fair.
not many quarterbacks
That's
that are
fair.
as good as Tua on those, and that's like what
So
that
that's all he's
offense
ever had to do,
is.
you know?
That's
So
all
if
he's
it's
ever had to do,
Dolphins,
because that's
Tua.
all he can do.
Anywhere else,
Right.
I
else,
still,
probably
but I think the
Sam Darnold.
thing that Sam's so much better at in Miami would make them one of the best offenses in the league.
Would you rather have Tua at $56 million or the quarterback that holds the 6th most efficient game in NFL history?
Dude,
At $4
I
million.
still don't hate the idea of Drew Lock as QB3, but I don't want him as my backup. I want an actual veteran for You know who I'm
Yeah.
kind of sold on right now? Flacco.
Who? Yeah, hey, buddy, do you know who's on the open market right now?
Who?
That guy you really like?
He retired.
Hey.
He's going to coach
Did he?
again.
He's
Like,
listed on
he's
Spotrac.
listed, but it's going to be the same deal as last year. He's going to be coaching all year, and then after coaching,
I didn't
might
hear
sign
that.
with a team.
Okay.
So
That makes sense.
like, if he's actually gonna be a back, yes, done. Give him the Sam
Sure.
Darnold deal. 1 year, $10 million. Don't care.
Trey
So,
Lance is also out there in the void.
He just
That's
doesn't
so
fit
sad.
what I want for.
He
Okay,
just doesn't
QB3,
play football
yes.
good.
QB3,
I was gonna
sure.
say, Trey Lance is the kind of guy that, like, in order to actually know if he's anything, you have to play him, and that wouldn't happen in the Vikings.
Nope.
Like,
I do
have-
fear Trey Lance is just going to become that guy that you sign at the start of your Madden rebuild
Yeah,
and ends up being
Trey
a
Lance
god
is
in
always-
year
yeah.
5.
Trey
Yeah.
Lance's only draw is, I haven't played that much, so you could test me out. Maybe you could see what I could do. Maybe
You could
know?
sign a quality backup, or you could sign me and
Dude,
maybe I become a quality
I
backup.
want Flacco
You'll
and
have to
Lance.
see. Like,
Just give Kevin O'Connell Trey Lance to, like, because part of me keeps thinking he's gonna keep trying to do the QB rehab thing. Just take a real project that just gets to sit on the back burner that can, like, keep Kevin O'Connell entertained when he's bored.
it's just Kevin O'Connell and all like the Vikings quarterbacks in a room, and just, hi, my name is Trey. I was a first round pick.
Hi, Trey.
Hi, Trey.
But, like, yeah, the Rodgers thing is pissing me off. The amount of people who want him because, well, we're Super Bowl ready now. It's like, yeah, but Rodgers isn't. I have more faith in JJ winning a Super Bowl this year than Rodgers. Don't care.
I, for one, really hope the Minnesota
I know
Vikings
you
give
do.
Aaron Rodgers
Let me
a
just put this
contract.
out there. Boy, would I love 2 free wins.
I fully endorse
That's
Aaron
so
Rodgers
foul.
as QB1 of the Minnesota
Boy,
Vikings.
would I love 2 free wins
Dude,
when
I
Aaron Rodgers
totally
rolls
get
out of
it.
the pocket and gets killed by Lucas Van Ness.
I was really waiting for Miller to do the, well, you know, I'm glad you didn't, because one day when we were talking, you had brought it up, like, yeah, but that's JJ McCarthy's, like, all-time favorite quarterback. It's like, yeah, it's Caleb's also, man. We're not doing
Yeah.
this.
I was gonna say because there's a lot of Bears
Caleb-
fans that are like, "What if he was Caleb's backup?" And it's like,
Okay,
no,
at least
no.
there's okay. Devil's advocate. At least there's no question of who's starting.
Hear me out.
Minnesota,
Hear me
there's
out.
like a fight for some reason, and I don't like it.
Okay, but that would be the equivalent of like
Trade
after World
Malik
War
Willis.
II. That would be the equivalent of after World War II, the U.S. elects a president and then picks that guy from Germany I can't say the name of to be the VP.
Oh my god. I mean,
That's the football equivalent of that, dude.
Kinda.
Keep him away from my
That's valid.
organization.
Dude,
do not want him.
Malik
send him to
Willis.
Pittsburgh.
Bring back
Please.
Rodgers.
Just send him to
Also,
Pittsburgh.
Like, imagine the way the media would talk about Caleb if he had Rodgers with
Oh
him.
god.
My God.
Because it would
Every-
all just be Rodgers is gonna
every
he's gonna
time.
rub off on him, he's gonna turn him into a diva.
That's what I don't want
I
for
don't-
JJ.
Not
I don't
only
want
that,
the headache.
Not only that, but every time Caleb misses a throw, you know who's on the
Rodgers
bench
would've
in
made that.
Chicago?
Dude.
There's a Hall of
Rodgers.
Famer
Nobody
on the
should
bench.
put him in the
Give me
game.
fucking CJ
Anyway.
Beathard and let's ride, dude. Like fuck
Yes.
That's enough. That's enough quarterback talk. We got a lot of positions to cover.
Yes, we do.
Running backs. First of all, running backs. Here's what I'm going to say. The first thing I'm going to say. This is the first on the list, but for a fallen soldier, Kyle Juszczyk, cut by the 49ers.
He's a bear. He's a
Has
bear.
not been signed yet.
I
But
can't
he's
even
a
ask
bear.
for him to be a Viking because that would mean we'd have
He's
to.
a bear.
Did you see? We're on fullback talk. Did you see the thing that Jonathan Allen talked about and his agent talked about as one of the reasons he like picked Minnesota?
I did not know.
Walking into the building, Minnesota has this giant like thing dedicated to CJ Ham for being our Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee.
Yeah.
And he's like people were talking about like Carolina doesn't have anything acknowledging Cam Newton, and the Vikings are out here like praising everybody. These are the things
Yeah.
that matter. I'm like, oh, that whole every year it becomes this thing where like the Vikings place really high on that NFLPA thing, and everybody goes, well, that doesn't matter. And then every year that's like the exact
Yeah.
reason we get big name players. Like it really does. Yeah, that doesn't win you the Super Bowl, but like it is the difference maker.
Clearly.
I mean, it probably helps. We're closer than the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Like,
But no, just real quick on the topic of
Yeah.
fullbacks, I just want to say the two big names that were gonna hit the open market no matter what are both back with their teams with Ricard and Gilliam. I didn't expect anything less. It makes a ton of sense. And I do think Juszczyk, in my mind, unironically would make a ton of sense in Chicago. And I swear to God, that's not like copium. That's not me bullshitting. The Bears need a tight end 3. Ben Johnson loves positionless football. And there is not a more positionless tight end equivalent player than Kyle Juszczyk, who can take handoffs, play tight end, play H-back, play out of the slot, play fullback. He can do everything. The operated under center more than like any other team in the league. That would make a ton of sense. If not that, I think he's probably going to end up in like Seattle. I think Kubiak would love to have him, especially after all the stuff he did with Adam Prentice and Taysom Hill last year. But tailback time, the less cool backs.
Yeah, so the halfbacks, there's literally 4 of them who's been signed actually in free agency. So we'll run through them quick. Aaron Jones back with the Vikings. Geek did not think that was going to happen.
I did not.
He's back at 2 years, $20 million, which is good. I think nobody on this podcast I think has an anti that.
The way that deal works out is also pretty great.
Is it really team friendly?
Yeah. So
that's good.
I'm pumped.
Aaron Jones is a good dude. Yeah. Najee Harris is a Charger at 1 year and 9.2.
Okay, but it's only like 5 guaranteed, and he's such a Harbaugh player.
I
like that when the guarantees came out.
I actually don't hate it for the Chargers.
Yeah,
that's good.
Once the guarantees, the Chargers have been shitting the bed otherwise, but this signing actually wasn't that bad in a vacuum.
And like, he can do. I'm not saying he's as good as a fully healthy J.K. Dobbins, but here's the big thing. Najee doesn't miss a snap. Like, he will just be your bell cow. I think you need to give him a complimentary piece, but like, Najee is like an actual workhorse. He's not a super efficient guy or whatever, but like, this is genuinely a good thing for them.
He's never missed a game in his NFL career.
No, he is that guy, man. He's not
dude, honest.
Okay, he's not
great. It's like a bruiser running back not missing a game is crazy.
Right.
I like the tandem of him and Kamani Vidal a decent amount, but I agree. They need to add someone that just has more juice. So, like, getting like a Travion Henderson in the 3rd would make this running back really fucking nice.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams, UNC guy, Cowboys, 1 year, $3 million.
Not good.
Womp womp.
Like, it's a fine enough contract. Like, he's going to be...
This is the equivalent of them bringing in Dowdle last year, and that worked out for him well enough, so...
But, like,
I think
I just love that this is their move.
Yeah.
I still think they'll draft one pretty high.
Yeah.
Like, Genty's not going to be there at 12, but I do think, like...
not at this point. Yeah.
A round 2 running back for Dallas feels like an almost given.
Yeah. Speaking of Rico Dowdle, he's a Carolina Panther at 1 year, $3 million.
Which was surprising, but Brooks must be like way behind.
Well, I mean, he got re-injured in like week 14, so like even ahead of schedule, he's.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, like there's no guarantee he's back until the end of the year, so it makes a ton of sense. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they gave him a big deal
because people were upset about it because they weren't paying attention to the Panthers.
Chuba rocks.
Yeah. Like if we were talking 2 years ago and you gave him that deal, sure, that's bad. But like, Chuba was sick last year.
Ever since CMC left, he's kind of been the guy. You know.
Yeah, he's been real nice.
A few of your big name unsigned backs are J.K. Dobbins. Nick Chubb is what?
Didn't Chubb get an extension?
No. I don't think so.
I swear the Browns tweeted something about him.
I wanted to bring up Ty Johnson got a 2-year extension from Buffalo. That made me quite happy.
Gus Edwards and Miles Sanders both out there. Miles Sanders might have signed someone. No, he got cut. As that was an
official. Yeah, he got cut by
those are like your big unsigned backs. So far. We got a ton of receivers to talk about. I don't even know where to start with them.
DK Metcalf got traded since we had our last episode. That's probably where you
and then signed to a monster contract.
Horrible move.
I am so glad. Dude, listen, hey, I was tweeting about it. I wanted him bad, but after I saw that, if that's what he was going to ask the Packers for, I want nothing to do with him. So I'm glad the Steelers were the ones that jumped on the trade because the
hate
trade
it
itself,
so much.
the trade itself, good trade. Like
Yeah.
the assets they gave up, perfectly fine trade. But to hand him the bag that they did, like my God, man,
The money and the fit are just.
I don't even
atrocious.
hate the fit. I really
I don't have the,
don't.
I don't have
do.
the money.
Like,
pulled up.
I get
I think
if
it's
you're
like 5
just
years
use
and-
like he can be the same thing as Pickens, but I also think you can just use him as like a almost a power slot type guy. He can do that. And he's got the juice to go over the middle of the field all the time. Like, I'm not saying I trust Arthur Smith. I'm just saying I see a world where you can really use DK in that offense. I don't know if Arthur Smith is the guy to unlock it. And I don't know if, like, if they just bring back Russ, this is just going to be a deep shot offense. But that also might really work. So, I don't
It's
hate
just
it.
really funny imagining Jalen Warren breaks a big run, but all of a sudden there's like 4 defenders on him, and the announcers are like, "Why is nobody blocking?" And then it's just DK and George Pickens beating up a defender like on the other side of the field. It's just a corner on the ground, and they're just going at him for no reason. That'll probably happen once or twice. But yeah, DK signed to a huge deal, traded for. Glad the
Yeah,
Packers didn't do it.
I don't know. I just want to say I was trying to find a number tweet I saw the other day with numbers, but I can't find it. But it essentially boiled down to DK and George Pickens' usage last year being almost identical.
Hmm.
And I don't know how much I just feel like you're not getting the most out of DK Metcalf if you're putting him as like a power slot or as like an over the middle type of guy. That just feels like a waste of his capabilities because that's just not what he's best at. So if you're I'm just saying, like, if this was a situation where DK Metcalf wasn't making 150 million and
Well,
he was
yeah,
your objective
once-
wide receiver too,
Yeah.
then sure, like, yeah, you make the most out of what
like I
you
said,
got.
pre-contract, that was my
Sure.
just like
But even
when we were
then,
talking
like-
about just basing the trade. I'm cool with the trade for that. The $5 million a year less annually than
Right,
JJ
but-
is a problem.
Even then, even if we take the money out of it, though, like, he's objectively the better receiver out of him and Pickens. And in my
Right.
mind, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to not maximize the better player.
Sure.
Like, I think it's weird to say this guy's better, but we're gonna let the other guy do it because that's the only thing he can do, and we're gonna make DK do the stuff that he's like kind of good at. Because in my mind, it's like, why do you pair them up to begin with?
Sure.
Like, if the Steelers go out and like trade George Pickens, which I've seen a lot of people talk about, and I think would be a really smart move for them to trade him and then get like an actual Z who can make plays over the middle of the field and like stretch the field, or not stretch the field, but like make plays over the middle of the field, actually have like a diverse route tree, just be the guy that you rely on to get open. I really, really, really hate the fit. And then obviously the contract is disgusting. It's like one of the worst moves that got made this week, in my opinion.
Fair.
Yeah, it's a big one. Just working off of PFF's list, Chris Godwin is our first one. Signed back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Deal
Never
for
a doubt.
Tampa.
Never a doubt
Deal.
about that one.
It was a really
3
good
years,
contract.
6, make him 22 a year, which is good for him. I don't remember how old he is, but I don't think he's
Like,
up there
not
yet.
even 30.
So
pretty
yeah,
sure he's
3
like
years,
29.
6 million, great deal for the Bucks. Devontae Adams is a Ram, like that.
Mhm.
That's one that I like a lot. Good,
I just
good
find
vertical
it funny.
threat. I know you do. Yeah,
I don't know. We
You
have to
find it
move
funny
on
that
from
they signed a
Cooper
better
Kupp.
player.
It's a lot of money. He costs too much and is old. So let's sign an older, more expensive receiver.
Also, I'm
That
gonna be
is
honest with
better.
you. Geek.
Sure.
That is better, and I guarantee you that is not the only reason they cut Cooper Kupp. Sure, that's what they said, but there is more going on there, and everybody knows.
So what is it?
Probably
Cooper
internal
Kupp.
stuff. Yeah,
Or
I mean,
they knew that they were going to be in the running for Devontae and thought, let's upgrade here and maximize Matthew Stafford
Do
before
that
he
as well.
turns
Sure.
old and dies.
do that as well.
That's my thought process with it. That's how
I
I,
would
look at that
guarantee
for
that
them.
there's always more going on than just, oh, he's old and expensive. He's a franchise cornerstone. They wouldn't cut him for just those reasons. I would
I mean,
guarantee you
teams
there's some kind of
literally do that
turmoil going on
every
internally.
single year
Yeah, we'll see.
for just those reasons.
I mean, still better player. I would pay more for him.
Sure.
I would pay
I'm
more
just
for Devontae
saying
Adams.
the logic is just funny. Of we have to cut him. He's old and expensive. Here's older and more expensive. It's just funny.
Sure. That I get. And I wasn't like trying to shit on you. I was just saying I
Yeah.
think there's more.
No, sure. But I know you were.
Speaking of old heads, D-Hop is a Raven.
The first
love
like
it.
real X receiver Lamar has ever had, which is so funny because it took what 38-year-old DeAndre Hopkins.
I can't even.
Not literally
pretty much.
38.
I think he's only like
32.
32. I can't even say the thing I want to about this though, because I no longer have faith that it's true. Because initially I was just like, oh, he won't drop the game-winning catch, but then I watched the Super Bowl, so fucking maybe. It makes me really upset that that is now a thing I can't just say. What if the Seahawks trade for Mark Andrews?
I think the Chargers make more sense.
That's fair. I was just thinking of a team. Also, my thought is maybe the Ravens are just like, screw the AFC and the Ravens send him to where if they see him in the Super Bowl, cool, I guess.
I was gonna say I was just throwing out another team. I wasn't saying your idea is bad.
The Chargers are so ridiculously far behind, and as far as tight ends go in the AFC West, they gotta do something.
Dude, as far as talent goes,
now and Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers, and I mean Kelsey's not himself,
but he's still substantially better than what the Chargers have.
Yeah, they are so far behind.
Who do they even have now?
It's Donald Parham still, probably.
Did they lose? What's his
Gerald
face?
Everett still there?
No. Gerald Everett was a Bear, and then I don't know where he is.
No, they still have. No, they lost Tyler Conklin. Never mind, he's a free agent.
And Conklin was a Jet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I'm thinking of another player that is just the same guy. No,
because Conklin would actually be a good tight end for them.
Okay, hold on.
Conklin's like actually useful.
Has got their starting tight end is Will Dissly.
That's who I was thinking of.
And they have Tucker Fisk and McCallum Castles.
Who?
Tucker Fisk is a fullback. I know they play him at tight end, but he wears 42 and he's wide. That boy.
And McCallum Castles, I've never heard of in my life. So
yeah.
All right.
But no, I don't know why I thought it was Tyler Conklin. It was just white tight end number 73.
Yeah, I don't know how we got tight ends from DeAndre Hopkins. I forget how this happened, but
talking about the Ravens.
Yeah,
Ravens trading Mark Andrews. Mike Williams back to the Chargers happened.
True. We have Marquise Brown back to the Chiefs. Darius Slayton back to the Giants.
That was a really nice deal for the Giants.
Yeah.
Josh Palmer to the Bills is exciting.
I like
that. Josh Palmer, Keon Coleman, and Khalil Shakir is your three. Is really exciting.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not that excited by that.
Josh Palmer's a very, very capable receiver. Khalil Shakir is one of the best slot receivers in football. And I know Keon Coleman didn't hit his stride last year, but I still think he's going to be very good. I think he will Coleman.
I don't know. When I'm thinking of great receiver rooms, that's not gonna be kind of close. It's like it could maybe be fine. Well, I mean, Josh Allen exists, so it's cool.
I said the same thing about the Bills room last year, and they laughed at me, and I was right.
I mean,
and they made the AFC Championship game, so
yeah.
And their receivers were
they lost because Josh Allen was duty.
I mean, their receivers weren't very useful in that game either.
The receivers didn't almost throw 2 picks on the first drive.
That's fair.
They come up short on a 4th down. So
also, it was a 3-point game, and
true.
Matt Collins led the team in receiving. That doesn't help me.
Yeah,
but
and
that was from one big catch, though, which is a really good signing for the Patriots.
Yes,
I love that.
Good mention of Matt Collins there.
Nick Westbrook-Akine went to the Dolphins, which is the most. No, that is the most Mike McDaniel going, I miss Jawan Jennings.
speaking of the Niners, Demarcus Robinson to the Niners
Ooh.
on a
Sure.
2-year
I
deal.
love that that's their big
Um,
move this offseason.
Van
The,
Jefferson to the Titans to replace Nick Westbrook-Akine. I
Yep,
am not moved.
He's going to have 9 touchdowns next year, though.
Olamide Zaccheaus to the
Da
Olamide
Bears.
Zaccheaus to the Bears.
New wide
an
receiver
an
one.
exciting slot receiver who can block. Yippee! Yippee!
Tutu
I'm
Atwell back
unironically
to the
very
Rams.
exciting. Yeah.
What else?
De'Ami Brown to the Jaguars is nice.
Yeah,
I
that
like that
could
a
be
lot.
Yeah,
cool.
he was great.
I
Noah
love
Brown's
De'Ami
back
Brown.
with the Commanders. It got a deal solely off the Hail Mary, I think. All right, I should have said his name. I forgot. My bad.
Also, he didn't. Wait.
He got the Hail
caught it.
Mary against the Bears.
No.
Yeah.
Am I on drugs?
I was there. Yes, I was
It was
there. I
De'Ami?
watched
It was Noah Brown.
No, Noah Brown. That's
Oh,
what
it was
Jake
Noah
brought up.
Brown.
Noah Brown.
I thought we were still
Oh,
talking about
okay.
De'Ami. Okay. No, I thought we were still talking about De'Ami. I was like, no, the fuck he didn't. I don't care that you were there. You're wrong.
No, I adore De'Ami Brown.
Yeah,
Noah
okay.
Brown is the
Ugh.
bane of my existence.
Yeah.
Also,
so where did he
do
sign?
you guys-
Sorry. Commanders. Okay.
Noah Brown, he went back. Do you guys know who the New Orleans Saints gave a 1-year extension to?
Adam Prentice.
I don't know.
No, at wide receiver.
They had a receiver whose contract was up?
Dainty penis.
Ah,
Oh, they did. They did. Yeah, I was gonna mention that because it doesn't matter. But
Well, I have to mention it.
well, Trent
of the
Sherfield's a
Saints-
Bronco, so I guess since we're bringing
the
up,
Saints.
No, I mean, I think
Saints is
that's
a good,
actually a cool move.
yeah, no,
The Saints is a good transition to the tight end category because the first tight end that the Saints.
We're not going
got-
to talk about the receivers that are still in the market.
Oh, I guess we can. No,
where's Diggs
Cooper
go?
Cup. Well,
Amari
here,
Cooper,
I was going to. Yeah,
Davis, Cooper Cup,
Keenan Allen, Brandon
Deontay
Cooks.
Johnson, Elijah Moore,
Tyler
Nicole Hartman,
Lockett.
Brandon Cooks, Tyler Boyd, Tyler Lockett,
River
Juju,
Craycraft,
Nelson Aguilar, Tim Patrick,
Colin Johnson,
All right, man.
Robert Woods.
Britton Covey, Lil Jordan Humphrey,
We're getting down to it. We're
Um,
getting down to it here. I don't know.
Wow.
Tim
Um,
Patrick, unironically, like good receiver.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's true. But those are your unsigned, so we'll see where they go. Hopefully by next
I-
episode.
Green Bay will get one of them.
my
Probably, maybe
soul-
not.
Cooper Cup.
Apparently,
No.
are the
Dude, Jared
Packers
will
one of
die.
the 4 teams listed in the thing? I can't remember. I know the
I ho-
Seahawks were
listen-
listed as interested.
they're in
The
on it.
Vikings were.
They're in on it.
Were they-
Denver.
No, it was the Seahawks, the Packers, the Vikings, and the Jags. That was it. Those were the 4
No,
teams listed as Or maybe Cooper
No.
Cup said no to Denver. I don't know.
No,
Welcome to Green
I
Bay, baby.
hold on. No, you are wrong because I saw a tweet earlier that said that the Jaguars were reported as interested, and that wasn't true.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
interesting. Maybe nobody knows. That's possible. Maybe
gotta
nobody
find it.
knows anything, and these insiders just say shit.
Impossible.
I mean, they're wrong a lot.
I'm finding this.
So I still, as much as I love the idea of Cooper Cup as wide receiver 3, I think the way funnier answer is to just bring Diggs back to be wide receiver 3.
You could, yeah.
The Vikings
Let's
haven't
go,
won a
locker room
playoff game without
cancer.
Diggs, so
What'd you say?
me or
Where's the
him?
locker room cancer? Let's go.
No, he's
Um,
only after 2 years, and once you lose in the AFC Championship game, does he become a cancer? He wasn't a cancer in Houston.
Jordan Schultz said, despite sources connecting Cooper Cup and the Jaguars, other sources say Jacksonville is not in on Cup.
Yeah, Jordan Schultz also tried to fight Ian Rappaport, so who's really
Jordan Schultz,
who's really
didn't he
trusting that
also
guy?
get the Milton Williams thing wrong? Hasn't he just
Don't
like done
care
nothing
because
correct
he
all week?
disagrees with geeks, so
Ah,
bang?
so you're gonna
Anyway,
side with the
tight
guy
end.
who's been constantly wrong. Nice.
well, I
tight
can side with the
ends.
guy that's constantly wrong or the guy that's constantly wrong.
When was the last time I was wrong?
A lot.
I mean, you woke up today and decided to wear that jersey. That was a wrong decision.
JJ McCarthy, the
Dang, there it
GOAT.
is.
What are you talking about?
Juwan Johnson re-signed with the Saints. Tight ends,
Yeah.
there's not a lot going on here. Mike Gesicki back with the Bengals.
The only one that
Horrible
matters is Evan
process.
Ingram to the Broncos.
Yeah,
I mean, Zach Ertz back to the Commanders, Austin Hooper
That's
back
cool.
to the Patriots,
that's fine.
and Pates back.
But
to
Ingram to the
Washington Commanders.
Broncos rocks.
Yeah.
They have like an actual
Ingram's
player that
actually
can make
the
plays
only
over
tight
the
end
middle of the
who's
field.
left. Ingram is the only tight end who's left so far in free agency. Everybody else,
No,
that's
well,
been
Ingram's
signed
a
has been
Bronco.
re-signed.
Well, yeah, left as in left their team. I think.
Oh.
The rest of them
Oh.
re-upped.
Yeah.
The way you
So,
said it, I
that's
thought you
not
meant
true.
left in free agency. It's like, no, he's a Bronco. My bad.
That's
Push
not
up.
true. The Vikings lost their beloved Johnny Munt.
Whoa.
What if they
Best
just go
tight end 3 in the league. He's in Jacksonville now.
What if they just go 0-17?
The reason I'm saying this, Geek, is because I've seen so many people on Twitter be like, why do we need CJ Ham? We have Johnny Munt. Now
That
you don't.
bugs me. That's not what Johnny Munt. They don't do the same
No.
thing.
No, they don't.
Also, CJ Ham the goat. So
Yes.
Yeah, tight ends are not really, the market isn't really that exciting this year.
No.
Everybody just re-signed and Evan Ingram left. Tackles, though, we got some tackle action going on.
Oh my God.
Uh,
The worst move out of free agency, dude. Dan Moore, $80 million.
We can
Why?
talk about Dan Moore. Yeah.
Dude,
4 years,
because
Why?
$2
the
million.
Titans don't have hope.
You draft
Overform.
tackles in the top 15 back-to-back years. I know
And you
one of
signed-
them ended up being a guard. I know one of them ended up being a guard, and that's okay. Are we
Tackle this year.
already giving up on JC Latham? Is he that bad?
No, because there are 2 tackle spots on an offensive line.
That's
Okay.
also true.
And I said last year I'd rather have Latham playing right tackle than left tackle.
No,
Doesn't
and
that
I
what
agree with
this
that sentiment.
does?
But you had to pay Dan Moore Jr. $80 million.
Yeah, you also
Anything
could have
that
got.
forces you to do that is wrong.
What bugs me is you could have got Cam Robinson, who's like significantly better for significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Cam's not great, but like I would much rather pay him to be my left tackle because he's not a true liability. He's just not. He's not a superstar, but that's okay. You're paying superstar money for.
Dan Moore Jr.
Yeah, that's
literally the
Yeah,
worst
that's
move
crazy
any
to
team
me.
has
Dude,
made.
the Titans really did go, we want to be the Bears and Vikings, and then spent big money on the O-line. Not well.
Yeah.
Ronnie Stanley's back with the Ravens. That's a good move.
Yeah.
Chiefs hate that. Probably wanted him. Alaric Jackson back with the Rams on 3 years, $57 million. I don't really know too much about his game, to be honest.
He's just a
Um,
quality starter. He's not anything offensively bad, and he's not like a superstar. He's just fine.
Morgan Moses is staying in the AFC East with the Patriots at 3 years,
Good signing.
$24 million. Good signing for them.
Substantially better than Dan Moore, might I add. I know he's like a career right tackle, but I would rather have him for $8 million a year and like force Latham to play left tackle than give Dan Moore $80 million.
True.
I don't care if it's
That,
a contract for 80 million years and you're giving him $80 million. It's too much money.
Geek, do you think the Vikings just signed Justin Skule because his name kind of looks like Skull?
I mean,
Funny.
that could be part of it. No, we're not bringing back Cam Robinson. We need a guy who can possibly play if Darius
I
late.
couldn't even tell you who Justin Skule used to play for. So.
Most recently the Bucks, but before that the 49ers. Also, the reason I facepalmed is actually over Justin Skule. So one of the shitty Vikings podcasts that exist, because every fan base has a podcast that embarrasses them on Twitter.
Yeah, but it's so funny that yours is so
Coming
loud.
for you, Ike. Coming for you.
I mean, not as loud as that one. Which one are you thinking
Yeah,
of,
that's-
though?
The purple, like the purple FTW
Purple
or
Rain.
whatever.
Okay, so they just tweeted about it, and it bugs me. They're like, in 66 career games, new Vikings tackle Justin Skule has allowed 0 sacks and 0 QB hits. They're
How many
reading.
snaps has he played?
They're reading
How many snaps
66
he played?
games played, but that's just the total games he's been on a roster for. Man, he's been a starter for 17, which like that's cool. If you can get 17 games of no QB hits, that's cool. That's not accurate. I'm still cool with him being our David Quessenberry swing tackle guy. Like, cool.
Sure.
He's fine as a back, but like, chill. Why do you have to be the dumbest person of all time?
Yeah.
They just have to be.
It's the Ike one. I don't know what the Bears one is. Every
The
time
Ike
I
one
see
is
a Bears
terrible.
tweet, I kind of try to hit not interested now.
I
Ike
don't
one is
pay attention to
horrible.
Bears podcasts. I'm gonna be honest.
My Twitter feed, because I kept interacting with you and Grayson all year, my Twitter feed became only Bears things. So now I go out of my way to click not interested
Yeah.
to try to like curate back some normalcy. It
Miller,
hasn't
do
helped.
you know who your boy Larry Borum signed with?
He's a Dolphin. I'm free.
Nice.
He is a
I'm
Dolphin.
I'm
That is true.
free.
Yep.
They took him away from me.
Bro,
they
you don't
saved
even
me.
know about being free. I'm so happy with the guys we got rid of today. Not even the additions, just the letting people go. I'm more happy about that.
Fair.
Yeah, and then
say-
some of your unsigned. What do you got, Miller?
I was gonna say we didn't even talk about like most of the big offensive line.
Because we're talking
additions.
about tackles.
Oh,
They're not
Interior.
tackles.
I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I'm looking. My bad. I'm looking. I have I have Spot Rack pulled up and it
Yeah.
groups all the linemen together.
So
So I'm just looking at this
to
like
wrap
he's
up
moving on. I'm like,
on,
oh wait, you're dumb. And
Yeah, no.
to wrap up on tackles, we have unsigned guys: Cam Robinson and Tyron Smith. We have Jedrick Wills. Trenton Brown.
wait. Tyron Smith's not on the Jets anymore. He was
No.
a free agent,
He's a free agent.
and the Titans gave how much money to Daniel Jr.?
Oh my God, he's gonna keep bringing it up.
Dude, because the Jets are probably just going to sign Cam Robinson for half the money
Probably.
and just have a
Yeah.
better left tackle. Because Olu's hurt or got hurt, so who knows when he's going to be back. And I think you could swing Cam to right tackle if needed.
But
Who else is on
Jedrick
this
Wills
fucking
Jr.,
list?
Jedrick Wills.
Trent Brown, DJ Humphreys, Joe Noteboom, Calvin Beecham, and Fred Johnson are the big ones.
We need
Yes,
to
that's
take the
the comment,
Tennessee
yeah.
Titans and put them in another country. We cannot have them
Get
associating with
ready
the United
to learn
States.
CFL, buddy. Get ready to learn
Yeah,
CFL.
Can
buddy.
we trade them for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, please?
Nice.
I'm down.
They have Clint Ratkovich. I
Ah.
think he
But
was
now
on that
that,
team for a little bit. I don't know if he is anymore.
Now that Miller's so desperate to talk about interior offensive line.
Let's go.
Yippee!
Chicago Bears, 3 years, $42 million.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't even
Gotta
like.
be.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like Drew Dahlman is like the greatest center of all time or anything. I know he's not, but he's a center with a pulse that knows how to play football and doesn't just like isn't going to get fucking bum rushed every time he's on the field. I'm so happy. Like this is the first time I can think of in at least 8 years we've had a real center. I'm
You know who else has
Yeah,
a
I mean,
real center now?
I was gonna say, yeah. Speaking of our team signing centers, Ryan Kelly is a
Let's
Viking.
go.
Ryan Kelly's
2
good.
years,
I'm so
He's a
hyped.
dog.
Dude, after dealing with
Um,
Garrett Bradbury for 7 years, I'm so excited. We have a real center.
That's another good move as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Real quick, how did Garrett Bradbury fetch nothing in the trade market, yet Ed Ingram did? How?
Is Ingram younger?
He's slightly,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
more expensive also.
But also Ingram's older than Kenyon Green, who they just traded away, which doesn't
Yeah.
make it doesn't
And
make any sense.
Kenyon Green never forced a fumble and sacked his own quarterback
It's like,
multiple
Kenyon
times.
Green will probably end up being like fucking an all.
Oh, he's gonna be an all-pro. Guaranteed.
Like it's like that. Like
Jeff Stoutland rehab facility.
literally.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Kenyon.
I
Kenyon.
You just see like
That's
there's
what
up on the
happened to
wall, just like
Mekhi
Mekhi
Becton, dude.
Becton.
That's what
Mekhi
happened to
Becton's
Mekhi
holding like a
Becton.
diploma, like he
Yeah, he's like,
graduated from Jeff
I
Stoutland
can't do
U.
it.
Yeah.
That's like the picture he's sending all the free agent teams.
Yeah.
Dude, That's
guys.
look at dude, the Eagles do that for offensive linemen. Kevin O'Connell does that for quarterbacks. How much money did Kevin O'Connell make people just by them Nick Mullins got real money to go.
Josh Dobbs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. This year, like $80 million of Kevin O'Connell quarterbacks got signed.
What happened to Jaron Hall? What's he up to?
He's in prison, I think. Not real prison, just bad player prison.
What?
Gonna say what
You
happened.
can't just say he's in prison.
I'm sorry.
He's in prison. Moving on.
Man, he
He's been in
failed to
prison.
be a backup for Seattle. So
oh,
like
he's a Seattle Seahawk. Yeah,
he's a no. Oh no, he's still a Seahawk. Never mind.
he's a Seahawk.
So, real quick, since we're on the topic of specifically centers, that's where we've started. Robert Hainsey to the Jaguars fucking rocks. That's a really nice move for
That's
Jacksonville.
a good one.
Patrick McCarry, who plays every position going to Jacksonville, also a really nice play. Love that.
Josh Myers just got signed by the Jets today. It's on other center news.
Yeah,
Um,
Justin
Might
Fields
be
gets his
okay.
teammate back.
Yep.
Will Clapp to the Saints. Got to bring that one up. And then maybe the most puzzling like center move is the Chargers, whose interior offensive line last year was horrific, doo-doo, dog shit, butt ass. They gave Bradley Bozeman a multiple year extension.
Need it
Bozeman.
though. I'm cool with it. Do we not remember the guy who like hit Herbert late and Bozeman like murdered him? He deserves this.
Okay,
Bozeman,
okay.
like
I
fix
retract
the
my
guards. Bozeman, you keep. You have to. He's a dog.
Game is game.
Yep.
Game is game. I respect it.
We'll talk about this, and I'm sure that my co-host will love to relish in this one.
Which one?
Aaron Banks.
Oh.
4 years.
The second worst offensive lineman contract.
Here is
coming out this cycle.
here is exactly what they're thinking. I think, and this is probably every team's mentality. Most teams are in like the Eagles mentality of big, strong. You know, just be big, be strong on the offensive line, and getting Aaron Banks is what that is. Just does that. Like he's huge. He's a big, strong dude. The plan is Jordan Morgan, Elton Jenkins, and Aaron Banks in the interior. Elton played center in college, so he's going to go back there. And then Jordan Morgan at left guard, or it doesn't really matter. One of those two at third guards, respectively. Banks he's middle of the road. He's nothing special. It's the same reason why the Titans gave Dan Moore money. There's a bad O-line class. You're desperate for a guard. You sign a guard. You give him a lot of money. I don't know what the market was for Aaron Banks. I don't know if there are other teams making better bids, but I don't hate it, ultimately. He's not like an old guy or anything, so I'm going to keep my head up about it until he's terrible.
I'll let Miller start.
What do you do with Jordan Morgan?
He's a guard. I just said that.
Oh, sorry. Wrong one.
Yes?
What do you do with Sean Ryan, who is the same player as Aaron Banks?
Great depth.
Well, that just seems silly.
So Aaron Banks, I actually hate this move a little less because I think he's a better fit in Green Bay than he was in San Fran. Like, I
That is
think
also
it'll
true.
actually
He
like
doesn't-
work
he-
out better.
He's not
here.
built for yeah.
No, like
He's
The-
not built for what Shanahan's running, I don't
no,
think.
him in the wide zone needing to be super athletic. It just didn't work. This works.
I get that. Like, I absolutely get him being a scheme fit and him being like a middle of the road starter. My big hang up with this is he is literally the same player as Sean Ryan. They are quite literally the same profile, same skill set, same talent level. They are the same player. You have Sean Ryan under contract for one more year and you could have just extended him instead of having to pay an egregious amount of money on the open market for someone who is literally the same player.
Did he get hurt last year? I'm genuinely asking.
If that's the case, then I'll eat my words.
That's what
But
I'm looking up.
I haven't heard anything about him getting hurt.
I have no
I
idea. I'm
also
just
didn't know that
saying
there's
things.
a 3-year age difference between those two as well.
Oh, Jordan Morgan
Yeah.
did get hurt last year though.
Jordan Morgan cannot stay healthy. That's been
So,
that's
like,
the problem with him.
Maybe that's what you do. Is this is actually just
You need-
the
you need
Jordan
that.
Morgan replacement?
So then that makes this good, but makes the Morgan pick bad.
Weird.
Well, yeah, that is
Yes.
how things.
So then
something's
Miller
bad.
football is still right because I did
Sure.
not like that draft pick.
Cool.
All right, man. Cool.
Also, yeah, Sean
But
Ryan
yeah.
started all 17 games last year. So
Yeah, he didn't get hurt last year. What
Like,
else happened?
I was just gonna say, like, I definitely get where you guys are coming from with the scheme fit, and that's why they gave him the money. Absolutely, I just think it feels like a weird move given the current build of their line.
Did we talk about both Bears trades last week? We're just talking about guards, so I want to.
Yes,
Okay.
we talked about.
I just wanted to make sure because we're talking about guards. I wanted to make sure
The Bears have the best guard in the NFC North. That's all I have to say.
We said that last week too.
I know, but I want to bring it up again.
Hey, it got slightly closer now than it
Chris
was.
Smith got franchise tagged by the Chiefs. So he's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like, at least this year. Will Freeze, who I'm sure
Fries,
you're referencing,
because I wanted fries with that. That was my favorite tweet I made in free agency. The Ryan Kelly got signed, so I just like, can I get some fries with that though? I got fries with that.
At 5 years, $88 million. That's
so
good.
Pumped.
Kevin Zeitler.
Will Fries is such a risky signing, but it could pay off so well.
Yeah.
Like I don't have like a real opinion on it yet. I just want to see if what he's going to be after injury.
I don't. This is like the least concerning injury possible. It's not a ligament. He broke a bone.
Sure, but I'm just saying it's not about the like physical recovery. It's the mental aspect of it because he was just starting to ascend. That got cut off by a major injury. That's a major mental hurdle to overcome for a young player.
He'll be. So there. I'm not talking. He's about to be to go.
Yeah, broken bone. Well,
okay.
And that's very possible. That's why I'm not saying like this is terrible. Like it's just, in my opinion, there's a little bit more risk involved with this one than like the Ryan Kelly signing.
Here's what I know. He is going to be better than any guard the Vikings have had in 20 years. So like, I'm cool with it.
No, I think it's objectively like a good move. It's just how good is going to be
fair.
You know.
Yep.
I'm more saying he might not meet the price tag is kind of what I'm trying to allude to.
To be fair, the reason the price tag is so high is because there are like 12 good guards in the world.
No, I get it. I get it.
It's
and the Bears have two of them.
Well, I feel like Jonah's weird.
Was a Pro Bowler before he got hurt.
That's fair. But like, so was Tyler Huntley. So like that means nothing.
Okay, but he's a lineman. Linemen aren't a popularity contest.
No, but wasn't he a triple? Wasn't he the same thing as Huntley though, where like everybody else refused? He didn't.
I don't know. He got in because people were like, Lions offensive line good.
That's also fair.
But anyways, yes, Kevin Zeitler, Jake. I'm sorry I cut you off 4 times there.
Kevin Zeitler signed with the Titans.
They're capable of making a good line move. Who would have thunked it?
Well, yeah, but
Laken Tomlinson to the Texans. Evan Brown to the Cardinals. Brady Christensen back with the Panthers.
James Daniels to the Dolphins is one I like.
James Daniels to the Dolphins.
He's the type of guard they want. Athletic.
Isn't he just older, worse? Robert Hunt though.
Yeah, but they lost Robert Hunt.
They chose to lose him. That's what I mean, though. Like,
right?
I don't know, man.
But I'm just saying, like, hindsight's 2020. Robert Hunt was a lot of money last year, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome
James
to
Daniels
guards.
is a fraction of that. No, I know. Well, I'm just saying James Daniels is a fraction of that. He's still a quality player.
That's fair.
Like, if we want to go back, like, say that this is 1-to-1 Robert Jones replacement or Robert Hunt replacement, then sure, that's a bad move, but it's kind of hard to say that.
That's fair.
Biggest interior lineman names left. David Andrews just got cut by the Patriots, so there's a veteran center out there looking to get signed. Tevin Jenkins, Mekhi Becton, Brandon Sheriff, all still on the board. Will Hernandez, Dalton Reisner.
You know who else is out there at center that is available and isn't coming back to Chicago?
Lucas Patrick.
Doug Kramer.
Oh, it's true. Yep.
I hope they re-sign him on like a vet min.
If they re-sign Doug Kramer, you guys are going to need to find a new co-host.
Yeesh.
Because between that and what might be happening at the end of the month, I can't go on.
You know, that's fair.
We got to move on to the defense.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Let's do the quick ball first.
We probably really have to cook.
Okay, yeah. We can do that.
Are we fine, Geek?
Oh yeah. Something from a TV show. I don't know. Jake's not talking.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Something from Invincible.
Jake's trying to do the math on how long we've been recording.
He's gonna be wrong. Not from Invincible. Something from.
We've been recording for an hour and a half. That's what I think. I don't know.
That's actually really close. Not like, is it primarily a TV show or is it also other media?
This would have specifically only been in a TV show thus far, to my knowledge.
Interesting. TV shows. A TV show I would actually know.
Yes, I know for a fact you have seen this TV show.
Okay.
Okay, you don't know for a fact, but if you had to guess for me, Miller, well, I've seen this TV
I think
show.
you would be substantially less likely to have seen it, but I think you're still someone that could have seen it.
What's the genre of TV show? What would you classify it as? Best guess.
Is it a superhero show?
Yeah, it's a superhero show.
Daredevil?
I'll give you that.
Is
No,
it Daredevil? Oh,
you're on the right track.
Is it a
It's
Marvel show? Is it a Marvel Netflix show?
No,
Okay.
is it Kate Bishop?
you're really close.
So
but no.
something Hawkeye related.
Is it something from Hawkeye? I'm out
Yes.
on that.
Like,
I've
is it
never seen
just a Hawkeye Lego
No,
guy?
it is a
It can't be
Lego.
Hawkeye, he's been in
You've
movies.
hit that too.
Oh, but it's not
Is it
Hawkeye.
Lego Kate Bishop? Is it Lego
No,
Kate
it's not
Bishop?
Kate Bishop.
Is it
No.
Lego Kingpin?
Is it
Well, no, you would have said yes
No.
to Daredevil.
Is it Lego? I
Who else
don't know
was
anything
in
about the
that
Hawkeye
show? Is it Lego
Is it
Yelena?
It
No.
can't be. She's been in movies.
Oh, true. And you wouldn't primarily think of her from that show. What is
No.
primarily in that? Is it primarily one of the tracksuit mafia guys?
No,
Is there a tracksuit in that? No.
no, no. It's a Lego. You got that right. It's a Lego.
Who else was in the
something.
Hawkeye show?
Is it a person?
Is it a Lego Echo?
No, it's not
No.
is it like a Lego motorcycle?
No.
Is
Car?
it a Lego of some kind of Kate Bishop weapon?
Is it the fucking pizza dog?
Yeah.
Let's go, pizza dog.
It's Lego Lucky the Pizza Dog. He's only got one eye. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's gonna focus.
It's not
But he only
gonna.
has the one eye.
That's okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
All
It's not
right.
gonna
There's like a
focus
little
for some
black dot
reason, but
and then-
yeah. But all right, pizza dog.
Moving on to Edge Defenders.
That is the most active
Okay.
I've ever been in a quick ball segment.
To say, yeah. Second, I got
All
the
right,
Hawkeye.
let's talk
I was
about the
pumped.
Edgers.
Talk
All
about the
right.
Edgers. Khalil Mack back with the Chargers, 1 year, $18 million. Makes Miller sad. Wanted him in Chicago. Not going to happen. But Khalil Mack, Josh Sweat.
You just want to
Cardinals.
see me be depressed.
No, it's a decent move for the Chargers, man.
It
It
was a
is,
good
yeah.
move for them. Josh Sweat to the Cardinals, the least
Josh Sweat,
surprising free
Cardinals.
agent signing of all time.
I mean, yeah. Good edge. Cleveland,
Great move, though.
Philadelphia. Cardinals. Jonathan Gannon overlapped with Josh Sweat, didn't he?
yeah,
Kind of.
yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of former Eagles guys, Hassan Reddick is a Tampa Bay Buccaneer at 1
Good
year,
depth
$14
move.
million, which is a
Like
good
that a
depth
lot.
move for them. I wonder how good he is now because the whole Jets thing was weird, but yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna be a third down designated pass rusher for them, and I feel like he can do
Yep.
fine in that role.
Miller, how are you feeling about this Dio fellow? who
Dio
desperately wanted
Odangbo.
in
I
Green
am
Bay?
so excited about Dio, dude.
Oh, you guys run a 4-3, right?
Yes,
Okay.
he'll be so.
In my
the
brain,
best-
he's not an edge rusher,
Bigger
but that's why.
Well, so the best way I can explain it, the way I've explained it to like Grayson and them, is DeMarcus Walker was the Bears' starting defensive end opposite Montez Sweat last year, and he is like a rotational. On early downs, he's on the edge. On passing downs, he kicks inside type of guy, right?
Yeah.
Dio is that, but younger, more athletic, just as good against the run, has a lot more juice rushing the passer, and actually has like a bag of moves as a pass rusher. And so I really like this move for that. Also, his contract was like $3 million below what people thought he was going to get, like per year, which is awesome. And on top of that, today Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson spoke to the media, and they were talking about the edge rushers the Bears brought, or like the edge position that the Bears have. And they were talking about how they're not done adding, and cited like Philly is like, we all watched the Super Bowl. We know we need a rotation of guys. So that makes me think that like them drafting an edge rusher on top of what they already have, like relatively high, because you got the 2 second-round picks, you've got pick 10.
Michael Williams.
I would love
Or-
Michael Williams at 10. If Genty is not there at 10, give me Michael Williams, please. Or like Nick Scourton at the top of the second round would be awesome. But
Get
you know,
James Pierce.
I would explode. I would
Yeah, that would
actually
be a
die
bad
in
one.
a
Get
hole
ready
of
to
fire.
learn.
You would not like that.
Explosion,
Yeah.
buddy.
But like, I don't think Dennis Allen or Ben Johnson are gonna want a guy that's
No,
known for
they don't
being a
want him.
bad locker room dude. Like, they're
They do not
very
want him.
no nonsense dudes.
True. Chase Young is back with the Saints for 3 years, 51
That was a
million.
big paycheck, but I don't hate it.
I also don't
Don't
think
hate
it's like
either.
that bad of a overall deal, right?
No. No, it's pretty good.
51 mil over 3 years, 17 a year.
But what's the guarantee?
He was the that I don't have.
Oh, it is 51 guaranteed. I think it's up to 57.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
I like
okay.
that
Not a
a
bad
little
deal.
less,
I just
but
don't
not
think-
bad.
I can't get
Yeah, I
mad. I
think
fuck with
PFF
Chase
is-
Young.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, PFF is
I'm glad
listed
he's
as
getting paid.
guaranteed money. I think anything
Yeah.
PFF has listed as guaranteed, which is good.
I think he was
Joey
going.
Bosa.
I thought he was going somewhere else, though. I don't know where. I just thought somewhere else.
I'm happy that the Saints re-signed him, though. Joey
Yeah.
Bosa to the Bills had 1
They
year,
got
12.6 million.
Better Von Miller.
Did
yeah,
they?
I mean, they
They-
just
I
upgraded.
feel like they just stayed
I mean,
the same.
well, Joey Bosa doesn't beat up pregnant women, so
Fair. Better person, Von
And
Miller.
also,
But like,
I think Joey Bosa's a better player at the current moment. Not in
Maybe.
their primes, obviously. But
so I
for the
think
I would
6
take
games that
current Joey
Bosa will be on the
Bosa.
field, I think he'll be a bigger
gonna say-
impact.
He'll be better.
than
I
Von
think
Watts.
the hope was, and I think it's just Von Miller being old now, but I think the hope was not that Von Miller would actually be good, but that you would get playoff Von Miller. Because you
Mhm.
don't care if he gives you nothing in the regular season. You just wanted
Yeah.
the freak that is playoff Von Miller. He won 2 teams Super Bowls, like actively. He was the difference maker in 2 Super Bowl runs, which is insane, especially because one of those runs had Aaron Donald on that defense. And like, I know Aaron Donald
Yeah.
made the play in the Super Bowl, but Von Miller's plays in the previous 2 games are the reason they got to that Super Bowl. So, yeah. You were hoping for that version of Von, and he just doesn't exist anymore. There's no juice
Nope.
left. So maybe Bosa has some playoff juice. I don't know.
DeMarcus Lawrence, Seahawks, 3 years, 32.49 million.
This just goes back to not understanding what they're doing. Are they trying to get younger and better, or do they want to compete right now? Because I'm getting
Right.
mixed
We'll
signals.
never know. Never
I
know.
like the way he fits in that defense, though.
Oh yeah, that defense is about to be
Yeah, it's not
nutty.
bad timing for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good defense. Chauncey Golston for the Giants at 3 years, 19.5 mil.
Not terrible.
Leonard Floyd back to the Falcon. What were you gonna say?
It's not back to the Falcons. That's the first time he's been there. I like that move for them. But I was just gonna bring up, because we're starting to get into like the randos. Did we skip over the Harold Landry thing, or is it just
He's
not
one
come
of the
up yet?
randos, man.
Hasn't been on the
I'm just
list
saying
yet.
because of his money.
On the list yet.
Gotcha.
Well, he's on the
Okay.
list.
Well,
but
because
we
he's
haven't
traded,
gotten to it.
right?
No, he signed.
Oh, did he?
He got cut and then signed.
Oh, I just don't care.
It's so much money for such a bad pass rusher.
So before we
He's
started,
actually not
Caleb
even on
on
this
Chase
list.
on signed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That was a good move.
I said, that was like a better move. And
Objectively,
like,
$5 million for somebody who can
I was-
actually get after the
and
quarterback.
I was saying he was just a better player, and me and Jake were kind of arguing about that. But I
I
think objectively,
Landry is a fine run defender at this point. But 3 years, 26 mil guaranteed for a guy who was like dead last in pass rush win rate last year, had like a 4% pressure rate, is pretty gross.
yeah.
Chaseon's a good
Yeah.
move, though. I fuck with that.
Yeah, we are really in the rando, so I'm not gonna go through all these. But Josh Uche, with the Eagles, that's one that happened. That I
He'll
think
have
was probably
17 sacks next year.
Yeah,
For
the
some
biggest
reason.
name left. Pat Jones with the Panthers. That's
Okay, what is it
whatever.
with the Panthers and going guy who just was mediocre for 4 years, but then finished with a career year in Minnesota? Here's much money. Their edge rushers now are DJ Wanham and Patrick Jones, who just were the same guy in Minnesota
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Yeah,
Very odd. I don't hate it though, because at least in comparison. Patrick Jones is much better than Wanham. He's sick, dude. Shouldn't be your best edge rusher, though, which currently he is, which is a bad idea.
Yeah. And then last one we got that I'm going to mention is Draymond Jones to the Titans at 1 year, $10 million.
That makes that interior scary.
Right?
Yeah. And then your big names who are still out there: Von Miller, Zadarius Smith, Azeez Ojulari, Matthew Judon, Dennis Gardeck, Preston Smith, Brandon Graham. I'm assuming he'll be back or retire. Tyus Bowser, Clelin Ferrell, Lorenzo Carter, Dwayne Smoot, DeMarcus Walker, Brent Urban.
Miller,
those are your guys.
What?
You know what is going to happen because it has to, right?
If Zadarius Smith comes to Chicago on a tiny deal as a rotational edge, I won't be upset about it because it will mean I'll never have to see Dominique Robinson.
He just has to finish the North, I guess.
Sure, he can come give us 2 good games and then get cut.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And have 2 good games and then start demanding more money and get traded. That's the Big Z experience. Yeah. But the Bears do now have to have that experience. It's just a rule.
Sure.
Moving to the interior defensive line, Milton Williams, Miller's boy, New England Patriots at 4 years, $104 million.
I'm so proud of Milton Williams, dude. He got his bag. $100 million.
It's not just that. You're proud that he got his bag, not with the Vikings.
Yes, I'm ecstatic. He would have been dead to me if he went to those dirty purple fucks.
I was like really disappointed that he didn't end up as a Panther.
That would have been so
That would have been really cool, but like
reported.
As cool as Milton Williams and Derek Brown would have been, goodness, as cool as that would have been, Milton Williams and Christian Barmore is also fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy, dude. $100 million. Like, I'm not gonna sit here in victory lap, but like, no one was talking about this dude a year ago.
Yeah.
Nobody. I made a video. I loved Milton. I loved him. And look at him, $100 million. The big fish in free agency. Again, not to toot my own horn. Back-to-back years where I had that guy pegged. Because the year before it was Nnamdi Madubuike.
Yeah.
That wasn't a huge name. It was big on Nnamdi going into the year.
Miller really likes his big boys. It's okay. We've learned. Miller knows how to scout the big boys.
Linemen and fullbacks.
There you go.
That's what I know.
We have 2 Vikings interior defensive line moves: Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen.
That's so much money for Hargrave. Oh, never mind.
Really
it's 19 guaranteed. 19 guaranteed.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Nope. The one that actually feels like a lot of money is Jonathan Allen, but I'm so here for it because I know I keep seeing people. He's not a good run defender. Minnesota's run defense was sick. That's not what we needed.
Don't need him to be.
We needed him to go get the quarterback, and he is going to do that.
Unfortunately.
Dude, Hargrave, Allen, and Harrison Phillips has me excited. And then still having Jalen Redmond, who is good, and our biggest weakness is becoming points of excitement is fun.
We'll see if Hargrave still knows how to play football.
He just has to be. I mean, is he better than Jerry Tillery? That's all I need. That's all I'm asking for.
We'll see.
That's all I'm asking for.
We'll see.
Jerry Tillery did get 2 game balls last year, so I don't know.
So, real quick, I want to be the one to bring this up.
Yeah.
Javon Kinlaw, 3 years, $45 million, getting more than Grady Jarrett and Poona Ford, who are both substantially better.
Is he also getting more than
Tomlinson,
Allen?
who's better? No.
Okay.
Allen is making. He's got more guarantees and more total value and a higher signing bonus, which that's fair.
Right.
He's better player.
For sure. I didn't know. He's also getting more than Tershon, which I don't.
He's getting the same amount as Tershon.
Is it?
They're both three for $45 million. Yeah.
I thought Tershon's was 3 for $30. I don't know why.
No, he's got 30 guaranteed, but so does Kinlaw.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
I like the Tershon Wharton signing for Carolina. That is a really nice consolation price for Milton.
Yeah.
The price
who's
is
the other
on
DT
me a
they
bit.
added?
Bobby Brown. No,
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. I thought he went to the Giants for a second. I was thinking of Roy Robertson Harris. Yeah, Bobby Brown's a really solid nose.
I think ending up
him
with
in the middle,
him and Wharton
and then
over just Milton.
Tershon and Brown is really nice.
I like.
I think they still would have went
Oh,
for
yes,
Bobby
but-
Brown if they got Melton. That doesn't change anything. for me,
Sure.
but either way, Grady Jarrett to
Grady
Chicago
Jarrett.
makes me so happy,
Yep.
dude.
That's valid.
Have you guys seen anything from his opening press conference?
No.
So, he was same thing you were talking about with who was it that walked in and was all hyped up about the CJ Ham thing? Was it John Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grady Jarrett talked about the same thing walking into the Bears facility and seeing like Walter Payton and all these
Yeah.
legends. He's like, I needed to be. He said, I didn't know how bad I needed to be in Chicago till I landed. But he was also talking about, he got asked about a mic'd up clip that went viral because Grady Jarrett's a fucking wonderful shit talker. Someone found a clip from 2 years ago. Falcons were playing the Packers. Jordan Love broke off a big run and Grady Jarrett chased him down and tackled him. And Jordan
that's
Love
one,
was
yeah.
talking shit to 29-year-old Grady Jarrett, who chased him down in open space. So Grady Jarrett just kept saying, pipe down, bitch. Pipe down, bitch, just over and over and over again. And they asked him about it. Grady Jarrett gave this like awesome answer of like, listen, man, when I get on the field, sometimes you got to go into that dark place. And it just reminded me of the meme of like, this is just a creation from my dark, sick, twisted mind.
Yeah. I do want to
But I love
say,
Grady
if
Jarrett.
all you've seen so far of me talking about Grady Jarrett was me on Twitter, don't take that seriously.
I didn't see it.
Grayson was talking shit about Jonathan Allen, about how he's old and washed, and then was celebrating Grady Jarrett. And it's like, you can't.
They
they're-
are like the same player at
Yep.
this point in their
It's
career.
like, you can't, man. That's not what we're
Like,
doing. So I was then shitting back, like, you know,
Sure.
as you do. I don't
Yeah.
hate Grady Jarrett. It was just more
No,
of a, you
they-
can't hate here, but love this. That's not how this works.
They are the same player who is going to do the same thing for their team, which is just bring a lot of juice on third
Yep.
down.
Yep.
Like that's it.
Yep.
Grady might be
Yeah.
like a tiny bit better of a run defender,
Yeah.
but that it's not a huge difference because the Vikings have ways to supplement that.
Yep.
So
So I like,
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Jake. Sorry.
I was just saying we basically covered all the big name ones, but
Yeah.
if you still
Puna
got
Ford
No,
to the
I wasn't going
Rams
to
was
say
awesome.
that. I was just going to hype up
yeah,
the Bears
mentioned
and
Puna.
the Bears and Vikings
Yeah.
for actually addressing the holes on their roster correctly.
yeah.
Because so many teams are addressing them and then giving Dan Moore $80 million. Uh, they did it correctly. They addressed their flaws correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
the only
Bears
other
went I was just gonna say one more thing. I'm sorry, Jake. The Bears went from having like the least amount of money spent on their offensive line to top 5 in the league like overnight, and I'm
Yeah.
so happy. On good players
The
that aren't named
Vikings
Dan
didn't
Moore
jump
Jr.
that far, but they were
Sure.
Darisaw and Brian O'Neill were already making money. So
Right. Jake, I'm sorry.
Alvin Tomlinson is a Cardinal. That's the end of
Yes.
the interior.
I love that.
Yes.
I love Dalvin.
Yes. Eddie Goldman's still in the league. That's quite funny.
All
Fucking
right, linebackers. Not a ton going on here as far as big names, but Dre Greenlaw is a Bronco. At,
Awesome move.
Love the move.
3 years, $35 million.
I was this close to making the greatest tweet. I just didn't want to deal with the idiots on Twitter. So 2 years ago, you remember the Dre Greenlaw's a dirty player thing that like went
Uh-huh.
around. I so badly wanted the tweet to be like, dirty player goes to the dirty coach. This checks out. Because it's kind of accurate. But it's a great move. I hate it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about a lot of
Ernest
the
Jones
Broncos.
is back with the Seahawks at 3 years,
Great
$33
move.
million.
Yep.
Robert Spillane to the Patriots at 3 years, $37
Incredible
million.
move. I love Robert
That's
Spillane,
good.
dude.
Terrell Dodson is with the Dolphins at 2 years, $8.25 million.
Very solid.
Cody Barton to the Titans at 3 years, $21 million.
The move of all time.
Divine Diablo to the Falcons at 2 years, $14
So much
million.
aura.
Incredible aura.
Yep.
Incredible.
Christian Roseboom to the Panthers on a 1-year deal with no
Sure.
money on PFF website.
Oh,
And
for
Denzel
free?
Perryman back to the Chargers. That's it.
For
um,
free?
For free. And then your big names that haven't been signed yet. CJ Mosley got cut today. Eric Kendricks is still out there. Kaiser White, Jerome Baker, EJ Speed has not been signed yet, which is kind of crazy. EJ Speed is
Yeah.
still walking around out there. Kaiser White too. Devondre Campbell, Devin White, and Willie Gay Jr. are your
Yeah.
other linebackers.
Did you just say
that haven't been signed
Devondre
yet.
Campbell?
Mhm.
That man is not
Didn't he
getting a job.
retire?
It doesn't matter.
I'm not sure if he retired. but
After
he's on
the way he
PFF
walked
list.
off the field, no team is giving him a contract.
That's probably true. But
In a
Yeah.
game where there were
Nevertheless,
still playoff implications, you can't just, no, I don't want to play. Ugh.
all right, I guess moving on to the corners now. A couple of big ones here. DJ Reed to the Lions, 3 years, $48 million. Hate how
Sadly
good that
good.
is.
Hate it.
Hate how
Sadly.
good that is. Travaris Ward to the Colts at 3 years, up to $60 million.
Incredible move.
Love that. They did some good work in their secondary. Byron Murphy Jr., congratulations, Geek. He's back with the Vikings.
So much
Oh, he
money.
is? I missed that one.
3 years, $66 million. Dude got a
Yep.
bag.
Goodness
Deserved
gracious.
bag, but he got a bag.
Goodness gracious.
Carlton Davis to the Patriots, also getting a bag at
Love
3
that.
years.
Yeah.
Love
$60
that for the
million.
Patriots because you're not paying Gonzo yet. Carlton Davis is a
Yep.
great CB2 to put next to him. Beautiful stuff.
Mhm.
And they still have.
Darius
Josh Jones?
Slay.
Do they still
I
have
don't
Jones?
remember.
I'm not sure.
I don't know actually.
Jonathan Jones,
Jonathan,
no, because
yeah.
he
Jonathan
left.
Jones, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He went to
left.
Washington.
Okay.
Darius Slay is a Steeler, which is a weird move.
Who cares?
Gross.
Yep.
It's
Jonathan
what the
Jones, yeah, the
Steelers do.
Commanders.
They like Pat Pete at his end of days,
Yeah.
Joe
Yeah.
Hayden at his end of days. That's
Yeah.
just what the Steelers do.
Yeah.
Nate Hobbs to the Packers. Now this one,
I hate how
This
good
one
of a
is
move
a really
that
good
is.
this
move.
one I love. One of the best run defending corners in the league when he's healthy. One of the best nickels in the league when he's healthy. I love it. The problem is I say when he's healthy because he's never healthy. That's the problem.
That's valid.
But I think he's going to be really good. And we lost Eric Stokes, who isn't on this. No way he is with the Raiders. We basically swapped Nate Hobbs for Eric Stokes.
Incredible
Trade
move.
decision. What's wrong?
Did you guys see what happened between Demarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons?
Oh yeah, they're fighting.
So listen,
Surely fighting.
Demarcus Lawrence is talking about the Seahawks. He said, Dallas is my home, but I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. Micah Parsons
yeah.
quote tweets it and said, this is what rejection and envy look like. This is some clown shit. And Demarcus Lawrence says, calling me a clown won't change the fact that I told the truth. Maybe if you spent less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left.
Yeah, dude, he won that. He won that battle. That's over.
Mike is lucky he didn't pull the podcast card. Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Good lord.
Also, speaking of the
what's that?
Cowboys, Jack Sanborn went there, and I want to cry.
It's true.
I
I
miss
didn't
him
know that was
already.
on the PFF's list. But yeah.
Yeah.
Paulson Adebo to the Giants at 3 years, $54 million. I've been told by Stans fans that say he was good when Lattimore was gone. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I like that move for them. like
Brandon
that.
Stevens to the Jets at 3 years, $36 million. I like
A
Brandon
lot-
Stevens. Can't lie.
A lot of
It's a lot
money
of
for
money,
somebody who was
I
not
like
very
Brandon
good last year. I like the tweet of Sauce Gardner responding to someone saying that, like, it don't matter who it is. He's
Every
playing next to
corner
me,
I
he's
haven't
gonna look
played with
great.
better. Yeah.
And then everyone was like, yeah, because playing with Marlon Humphrey and Kyle Hamilton and Marcus Williams and Nate Wiggins, that shouldn't have made him good. But playing next to
Right.
just you, he's gonna be great.
Hey man, I keep seeing not from Vikings accounts. Apparently the Jets are trying to trade Sauce. I keep seeing it, and it's confusing.
That's silly. That's a
And
little silly.
The thing I see, like, saw the rumor,
His Madden
and then I
rating
see
is good.
people, like, obviously,
You know
What's a
how
trade
high
do?
Sauce's Madden rating is? Woody Johnson wants to keep him. You kidding me?
valid.
High
good
Madden
man.
rating
What do you know?
and X Factor?
And
Yeah.
X Factor, true.
$1 billion extension coming soon.
True.
Who else? Isaiah Rodgers. Super Bowl
Yeah.
champion Isaiah Rodgers to the Vikings. I don't know, just a 2-year, not much money deal.
I'm hyped. though.
Michael
Yeah.
Jackson back to the Panthers at 2 years, 14 and a half.
Wait,
Um,
who?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, gotcha.
The Noah Igba, whatever. is with-
Igbenogany.
Igbenogany.
Igbenogany is with the Commanders again.
Yeah.
Your big name corners who are still out there: Razul Douglas, Kendall Fuller, Asante Samuel Jr., Stephon Gilmore, Mike Hilton, and Shaquille Griffin.
No love for
So-
Avante Maddox?
No,
Not on the PFF list. My bad.
I'm just kidding. He's just there.
I want
don't care about
Asante,
it.
but I'm cool with just bringing Shaq back one more time.
Asante would be cool.
How many corners do you need? Goddamn.
More.
How many corners do you need?
It's a Brian Flores defense. Every single corner possible.
What's up with Mekhi Blackman, by the way? We got any update on him?
He'll be fine. Like, he's gonna be our corner
Okay.
too next year. Well,
I was just curious if there's
'cause
anything new.
I think him and probably Rogers will be our outside corners because you're keeping
Probably,
Byron
yeah.
in the nickel. That's just what you're doing. That's where he's best.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, speaking of which, not that this is like a good thing, but with the Nate Hobbs signing, the Packers, the reports from internally from the Packers are that they believe in Keyshawn Nixon as a strong boundary
my
corner, and
God.
they're going to be bouncing him out there with Nate Hobbs being in the building. So that part about the Nate Hobbs signing, I don't love because the Packers and Keyshawn Nixon both have a lot of faith that he can be an outside corner and be a solid one. So
I can't
that-
wait to see him as an
that-
outside corner personally.
I was gonna say I
Those
just hope Jeff
one-on-ones are
Hafley
gonna be
takes
incredible.
one-
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Keyshawn
can't wait.
Nixon versus this guy? Please.
If the
Please.
Packers, I don't know who the Packers are playing in Week 1. I don't know if they even know yet.
no.
But
I don't think so.
if the Packers play anybody in the NFC North, I guess in Week 1, he's just gonna get toasted probably.
Yeah,
So
dude.
hopefully 1 week of him getting wrecked is enough for Jeff Hafley to shut it down.
Hopefully
anyway,
you just go get
safeties.
some better corners instead.
or
No.
Jair just stays, and we get like a free agent still.
I'm down with that
Trade-
because Jair will play 2 good games of football and then sit out.
I
all
was
year.
listening. I was listening to Stay Hot this morning, and Theo was talking about how he just thinks Brian Gutekunst keeps forgetting to cut him, and
would be
eventually he'll
really
just forget to a
funny.
point where he'll be like, "Oh, you know what? Oh, shit, he's at training camp. I thought I was supposed to cut this guy." Anyway,
we're keeping him.
Safeties. Javon Howland, Giants, 3 years,
Awesome
45.3 million.
move.
Love it.
Him and
dude, they
Newman
needed the
moves
safety.
me, dude. I love
Yeah.
that tandem.
I love the
Good
lie that
safety too.
circulated Twitter.
That he was gonna sign with the Vikings, or that the Vikings offered him a contract and he shot it down. And he was
Offered him
like,
21
no.
million a year and he said no. How stupid would
I
you
wanted
have
that
to be?
real so bad.
You want to know who got completely tricked by that? I bet you could guess.
Hammy.
Hammy was all over Twitter just being like, Javon Howard is such a moron. How could he? And then I like tweeted
Dude.
about him signing with the Giants, and Hammy was like, bro, did you know that the Vikings offered this much? I was like,
Dude, that
Bro,
the,
did you know
the
that report
account
was
that
wrong?
tweeted it has been driving me nuts for 2 weeks because people keep citing him as a source and he's gotten everything wrong. It actually makes me kind of excited because every time he says something, I know the opposite's about to happen.
I can't wait until
Yes.
tomorrow he
Ugh.
tweets out that the Vikings are gonna win the Super Bowl.
Rude.
bang. What's the opposite of the Vikings winning the Super Bowl?
Going like 0-17.
No, but like, which team is the opposite? Which team would
Oh.
win the Super Bowl in their place?
The Patriots are like the
Ravens?
Steelers. No, because
The
the
Ravens.
I was
team with
thinking
no
purple
Super Bowl
AFC.
success. What's the
But like-
opposite of
but like-
purple? How does color theory work again? I haven't been in an
I
art
don't
class in a long
But
time.
hey, that's
had
just
gotten-
a theory.
Okay,
a color
so
theory.
moving on. Cam Bynum, huge contract with the Colts.
Yeah.
The Colts really
Yellow
want
is
their
the
second.
Oh no,
Yellow
it's
is
the
the opposite of
Steelers
purple.
Super Bowl.
The Steelers. No, what have
See
we
what you
done?
just asked yourself, asked for? You just gave Aaron Rodgers a ring, you dumb motherfucker.
Better than the Vikings
Anyway,
winning.
Yeah,
When
Cam-
Rodgers
Cam
beats the
Bynum with
Bears in the
Colts.
Super Bowl, gets to scream, "I own you" as he retires.
You would have 2 hosts of this podcast.
Cam Bynum, 4 years, $60 million with the Colts. Good move. Getting his
Mhm.
bag.
The movie's in Indianapolis now, and it
Viking, so
makes me
that's great.
sad.
Talanoa Hufanga to the Broncos at 3
Did you
years.
see he's
Oh,
wearing the
Very
number 9?
exciting. Yeah, that's cool as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I just
He
love.
think he
I
Jaquan Brisker.
Hufanga. He's healthy. When he's healthy, he's really good. He's a Palomalu
Also-
disciple.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. The Broncos are supposed to have a hard-hitting safety. That's just how
They
this
are.
league works.
Yeah. Justin
they?
Reed to the Saints at. I'm not going to argue about hard hitting safeties.
I mean, I
right now.
guess are we calling
whether or not
TJ
the Broncos
Ward a
have
hard-hitting
them.
safety?
Yes. and then John Lynch when he was with the Broncos.
that was a
Kareem
very
Jackson,
short
even though
time.
he was 3 years. Kareem Jackson, even though he was a piece of shit, did hit hard,
He hit illegally.
God.
There's a
All right.
difference.
but it was still
Okay.
hard.
Sorry, Jake, continue your story.
Justin Reed to the Saints at 3 years, $31.5 million.
Why?
Great move.
I
They
don't
needed a
know.
kicker.
True.
But no, like
Uh,
I don't understand. I really don't understand why the Saints are still spending money.
Because they
It
think
doesn't
they
make
can
sense.
win.
But they can't.
Yeah,
Everyone
They
else
think they
knows it.
can.
but what are they supposed to do? Because they have already
Cry.
spent a bunch of money.
They could die. Yeah.
So, like,
I
what-
said cry, not die.
I'm
Oh,
cool
well, they
with the
could die,
second
but-
up. But, like, they can't move from Carr yet. So, like, they have to try. It also helps that, like, the NFC South.
No,
Eh.
I get it. I get their thought process 100%. I'm just saying it's so blatantly
Oh,
obvious
yeah,
that
no,
it's
it's a bad idea.
wrong.
I just hate them.
I get where they're
Yeah,
coming from.
Trayvon
but they're
Morig.
wrong.
I love this one.
So
Trayvon
good.
Morig
To the
to
Panthers.
Love
Very
this one.
exciting.
31 million. Jeremy Chin, former Panther to the Raiders at 16 million over 2 years.
Exciting.
Andre
Andre Cisco to the Jets.
That's
Like
solid. I like that one a lot. DeMar Hamlin back with the Bills. Xavier Woods to the Titans. And Eric Murray to the Jaguars.
Yeah, that was a weird one because that was like one of the first guys they signed after they cut everybody.
Yeah. And then if you had to, I don't know his name. He's a former Lion safety.
Yeah.
Melifonwu.
Yeah.
The where'd he go? Dolphins.
Woo.
Yeah.
He's the Javon
Speaking of the
Holland.
Jaguars and like cutting everybody, did you see
No.
James Gladstone's interview today?
No.
What he said? They were like, somebody asked him something about the draft and like cutting everybody, and they're like, "Do you think you can fill your holes in the draft?" And this is what James Gladstone said. He said, we have the draft, and when we draft players, we want there to actually be spots for them to like play in. So we cut players to open up those spots, so that the people we draft can actually have places to go.
What the fuck is he?
That's basically what he said. It was a really snarky answer. Of like, we draft players, they play positions, essentially. Like that was basically what he said. So
Also, Geek, the Javon Holland replacement is probably Ashton Davis
oof.
for the Dolphins.
Womp womp.
Not a good one. I'm just saying. If I had to guess, that's who I think would be the man. there.
Probably. Yeah. All right. Well, that is NFL free agency as of today.
Well,
No.
well, hang on now. Did any kickers get signed? No.
No.
Did any punters get signed?
Brian Wright. back
Riley
to-
Dixon.
where's he headed?
We got
Is he going
Riley
to Denver?
Dixon to Tampa.
Fuck. Oh, he was
Sam
from
Martin's
Denver
going-
to Tampa.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Martin's going to Carolina.
Yep.
Ryan Anger is sticking around in Dallas. And Johnny Hecker's headed to Tennessee.
Well. Yes.
We have a Hall of Famer we didn't talk about.
Oh, yeah, Harrison Smith sticking with the Vikings.
On what Miller tried to call out yesterday is not the greatest deal, but I'm okay with it. After paying him $1 million last year, I think we can pay him 10 this year. I think that's okay.
All right, if
Yeah,
Geek's
there's
bringing up
nothing-
his old head, that doesn't really matter. The Bears cut their longest tenured player in they're not bringing back their longest tenured player in the long snapper Patrick Scales, the last player from the glorious 2018 team.
Bad
He's been
franchise.
replaced by Scott Daly. Well, no, Patrick Scales is 40.
Yeah, but that's a
and,
way
like,
cooler
tore-
name.
He tore his bicep at the start of last year
Cool.
and couldn't
So,
play
yeah.
the whole year.
But he'll be ready for week
Season-ending
one.
injury at 40, dude. He's
He'll be ready
gonna
for week one.
retire.
Nah.
He's
Yeah,
good, man.
Well,
He's
anyway,
good.
we're in the long snapper territory, so that's NFL free
What do you
agency,
mean?
and I believe that's all we got for you guys today. So, if you did enjoy us yapping about free agency, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. But if you're watching over on YouTube, which we know there's more than 7 of you, but if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, help grow the channel there. If you happen to be listening on Spotify, which is probably less than 7 of you, then you can give us a rating and review over there, and that'd be very much appreciated. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.